Hello, and welcome to episode 42 of
the Eldritch Podblast. Why did you say 42 like that? Episode 42.
I'm Margaret.
I'm Jack.
I'm confused.
I'm Lee.
You know what? We confirm every single time before we clap in what episode number it is.
Yeah, so we don't get it wrong.
Still forgot.
Because we're good with numbers here on the podcast.
Yeah. That's my forte.
Yeah, I would say.
Some would say.
Professional podcast.
Yep.
Also professional mathematicians.
Agreed. Yes, we're professional. We're hip. We're cool.
We're professionals.
Yeah, baby.
Especially at maths.
Math.
And counting particularly.
Good at number.
I know that, like, when it comes to math, it's divided up into particular, like, algebra. You know, but counting is really where we
yeah, I know how to count.
Yeah, we do strive for counting here.
2, 4, 6, 10.
2, 4, 6, 10.
There you go.
Tell me what multiplication that is.
I need to know.
2, 4, 6, 10.
2, 4, 6, 10. Anyone? Nah, I didn't think so.
Not good enough.
That's because you're not mathematicians
not
like
fast
us.
Enough, not fast enough.
Yeah. Huh?
I've got the dog here today.
Oh yes. So
we've slightly changed the setup, so if we look slightly differently lit.
Yeah, that's why.
And if you can see loads of the lights in here,
that's why.
You just have to deal with it.
You just have to deal with it, haven't you?
I nearly swore.
I know you did. I know you did.
Have to deal with it, but I
get
didn't.
The feeling that the lighting on my face in particular is horrendous because it's not pointing at me like at all. I don't think. But we should have checked.
I thought you did check.
I didn't.
I
didn't look.
It happens.
I didn't
fix it in post.
Didn't cast. Yeah.
Just get our editor, fix it in post.
By our editor, he means me at 2 a.m. when I forget that I need to edit a video for the next day. So.
Our editor.
Cheers, future me. It's
we had that big discussion about me shaving my beard last time. Obviously, same day for us.
Same day for us.
I haven't shaved my beard.
It's fine.
You got 2 beards in a row.
I got an iced coffee.
Oh my God, it sounded like you had auto-tune on your voice there for some reason. Got an iced.
I sounded like that kid who yodels in Walmart.
Oh, no, that's not the one, but...
My heart. Oh, yeah, whatever. Anyway, second coffee of the day. I had an energy drink in the last one. Man, we went to Slam Dunk Festival. My first time leaving the house properly. Like, for a proper extended amount of time, in like a year.
Well, no. We went to Paramore.
Yeah, that wasn't like, As
Brittany
Broski said, that wasn't 11 hours of the sun beating down on you.
True. True.
That was a different kettle of fish. Slam Dunk, man, there was a lot of walking. I'm pooped.
I'm stroking my dog. This is great.
Oh, you like it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we tried to get him in, but there's not enough space. I
think after maybe if we get some decent mics with some mic arms, like swing mic arms, we might try and move it.
Put him on the table.
Maybe we might. I don't know. Should we move it? We could move it to the settee at that point.
The podcast to this.
Yeah.
Jack, I would have a nervous fit and die.
Okay, moving on then.
I couldn't imagine anything worse than having this all out on the couch. Doing a podcast.
You look beautiful.
Thanks, Jack. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All this.
The gut.
Yeah, flaps and all, No. I didn't mean that. No, I meant folds. What did I say?
Flaps.
No, that's not what I meant. Guys.
Flaps.
Oh, no. That's not what I meant. I meant...
This is supposed to be like a child-friendly
No,
podcast.
is it?
It's absolutely not.
I meant to say, I wanted to say folds.
And you said flaps.
But there's another thing that I was going to say. Like...
Flaps?
Yeah. No, yeah. Do you think this would be efficient on the couch?
I don't know.
I think not.
I don't know, but this isn't sometimes this isn't the comfiest place.
No, it's not.
To record
no, it's not.
a podcast.
No.
So I don't know, we can maybe just like invest in a way to make it slightly comfier.
Yeah, I agree. I think eventually we're going to move house. One day, I regularly plan out our new home. I think about do you want to hear it? Yeah, I know you want to hear it.
Okay, that's why you came in.
No, nothing to do with D&D
content.
So we work from home.
Of course.
We have a separate office each now.
Yes.
I would ideally like to be able to do something similar like what we've done here. I pat this wall because this was the garage, which is now my office.
Yeah.
I'd like to be able to do a garage conversion.
Yeah.
And turn that into maybe the podcasting room.
Yeah.
I'd still like to have separate offices.
Yeah, I think Margaret would like, instead of, because obviously this doubles up as...
This is like our dining room, basically.
This is where we eat tea.
Yep.
This is where we play D&D.
Yep.
This is also where we record the podcast. I think if it was up to Margaret, we would have 3 different spaces for all 3 different activities.
Like, we renovated the house, and basically it's like a walk-in. Like the whole downstairs is one big room.
Yeah.
So our living room's it's like an L shape.
So
our living room's over there. Kitchen's
kitchen,
behind you. This is the dining room.
And then Margaret's office.
My office back there.
Open plan living, baby.
Yeah, 100%. I would like to have an actual like dedicated either dining room for D&D or like a separate room. Like one or the other.
Yeah.
Because we don't really need a dining room.
No, although it's only me and you. And
I like to eat at the table, though.
We like to eat at the table, but, it's like, I don't think I would have a separate room just for one meal of the day, because we don't do it for breakfast, we don't do it for lunch, tea.
If you had a kitchen island, where we do have a kitchen island, but we choose to eat at the table over the island.
Yeah,
but we would,
the breakfast bar.
Anyway, so we'd have like a garage conversion that could either be for the podcast, an office, or D&D. However, if we had a dining room, that would be D&D. We would have 2 separate offices, preferably on the ground floor, south-facing, have the sun coming in. We would have a big master bedroom. We would have a guest room in case people wanted to stay. And the dog could have a room, too.
Nah, the dog would be in our room.
Dog would be in our room, but I'd like him to have a room that he could do whatever he wanted in it.
The entire house?
Yes, but, like a cute room for him. Have you seen that TikTok of the people who made a bedroom for their sausage dogs?
Yes,
very cute, like that. I think that would be ideal. Have like
I'd like a proper D&D room.
I would like a proper D&D
instead
room.
of
it doesn't even have to be a room, just like a dining room. Yeah,
because this wasn't like the largest house.
No, it was a 3-bedroom that we've turned into a 2-bedroom because
we knocked the bedrooms through so we could have a large bedroom.
We've got a big bedroom now, and Jack uses the 2nd bedroom as his office.
What would have been the 3rd bedroom as my office, but that was the original. So there was 1 big bedroom and 2 small bedrooms. We knocked the 2 small ones through to have the bigger bedroom. Yeah, and then I used the master bedroom as my office. Yeah. So it's quite a lot of space. I think.
Well, there was a point. There was a point where Jack had quit his job through lockdown and became self-employed with me because it got too much for me to handle through lockdown, just myself. And we don't talk about those days. And I was up in the spare bedroom, but it was too close to the actual bedroom for me. Like, I felt like I had no away space. So we moved me into the front room, which is like a living room.
Yeah, living room.
Oh my God. And it was, so we didn't have a communal area for like 2 years. Yeah. It was bad.
Also, we didn't really do anything like that. We didn't like do those things. That's when we still left the house loads.
Yeah, true. And when we played D&D, we would alternate between Matthew's and one of our other friends' houses.
While we got this renovated.
Yeah, man. Wild. Sorry, it's been 10 minutes of just telling you about our house and our dream house.
So that would be the dream house. I don't think we're moving just yet. I think we're maybe a couple of years away from moving.
Too poor for that.
Oh, yeah, it's just
moving's so expensive.
Moving's expensive. You'll have like equity in the house and stuff like that. You don't realize like how much you might actually get from the house, but it's like saving up enough and then taking the equity from the house, and it depends what your house is valued at. But the thing is, even if your house sounds like it's valued like it's big,
well, I know,
the house that you buy is just going to be super expensive as well. So
exactly, and I would really like a guest bedroom, so people could, if they needed to, could stay after D&D if they needed to, or whatever. Yeah, it's not so much of a big deal now that
it's more the downstairs for us. Like having those separate, because we'd like a gaming room that was separate to our working
Oh my God,
offices.
yes, of course. I would like a gaming room. Yeah. Dog doesn't get his own room anymore. We get a gaming room.
Dog doesn't need his own room.
No, he doesn't.
Dog sat right here, baby.
Oh, he's so cute. If he stands up and rears his head, I'll take a picture so you can see him.
Might be able to see him. If he comes over and sniffs here.
Yeah, you might be able to see him. Yeah, because at the minute, our gaming room, because we play a lot on PC now, is my office. Yes. And my office is also my workspace, so it's more. I spend 80% of my day in my office, and it's hellish. To be honest, it's hellish. So
maybe in a few years.
Everything permitting.
We'll move. Yeah.
Don't want kids. So
nah, we're just gonna spend that money on ourselves.
Hell yeah.
So I think of the kids.
Jack.
I don't care. I don't want kids. You can love your kids. That's fine. Yep. I don't want them.
No, touche. Anything you'd like to update to the people on?
I made spaghetti bolognese for tea.
It was really good.
It was good.
There's a lot of food.
There was.
I needed it though. I was so hungry.
There was too much spaghetti.
Oh man.
You love spaghetti.
I love
Just plain spaghetti.
Plain spaghetti.
I just think that's just weird.
I absolutely. You know what? Especially if you put some salt in it beforehand. Like a lot of salt in it beforehand.
Yeah.
Yum, delicious. Plain spaghetti all day.
Not a fan.
Not
a fan.
Love eating plain spaghetti. Yum.
But the bolognese was nice.
Bolognese was really nice. Yeah. Yeah. Is there anything else I'm missing out of the house plan to tell you?
AstroTurf garden.
AstroTurf, man. Yeah. We are those horrible people who was like put plastic in the garden. Don't care.
Don't care. Don't want to have to cut the grass all the time. I hate having to cut the grass, but I always love looking at grass after it's cut. And I like the dog being able to just go out and just enjoy himself on the grass.
Yeah, the dog doesn't like grass
all
though.
All the plants and stuff. And
we all know what Jack thinks about plants. Go on, tell him.
Unrestful.
Oh, rancid vibes.
Rancid plants.
Rancid plants.
I'm coming for your plants.
Oh,
I'm gonna kill all your plants.
Jack. Oh.
They're all gone.
He's not capable of doing that. Don't worry.
That's what you think.
We do have your blood.
I will use the blood to get you to kill your own plants.
Control them to kill their own plants.
Yeah, that's the only thing I want.
You suddenly have the urge to go to the nearest potted plant and rip it out by the roots and eat it.
We can't eat it. That'd be good.
That'd be nice. That'd be good.
So not really. I don't have a huge amount to update the
Me neither.
on.
We once again filmed like a 3-hour episode.
Yeah, on Monday with
like
loads of rants and
now we don't have anything to say.
To talk about.
So want to thank everyone again for purchasing the merch.
Yes,
we launched merch last Monday. And again, it's the day after for us, but
yes. Thank you for buying as many t-shirts as you have.
Yeah.
Neither of us have got them on right now, but if you do want to go, you can support the Eldritch Podblast by buying a t-shirt at www.eldritchpodblast.co.uk.
Wow.
And the link is in the description.
Yeah.
The link to our Discord is in the description. So if you want to join that and be part of the homebrew challenge that we're going to do the coming Monday, it's going to be the second homebrew challenge. We've had loads of loads.
We just checked in the break in between filming then. We launched it yesterday. We've had 11 submissions.
I know.
Which,
11 submissions for a homebrew challenge. People have gone out of their way to make homebrew items.
People have gone out of their way to do it, which is absolutely wild. And you know what? We shouldn't have expected anything less from you. Yeah. Like, you're an amazing community and you love getting involved.
Yeah.
And you love, like, helping people with the creation of these things. Getting stuck in.
One thing that I do think we have messed up on.
Oh, no.
Is we haven't asked if people are happy, like the winner or anything, or any of the others in there. Are people happy for other people to use them?
Oh, good point.
So we might have to put out a community post.
Yeah, no, good point, actually, yeah.
Just, because like some people might want to like see it and be like, it's sick, I want to use it in my game.
True.
And I want the people who made the items to be comfortable if that is the case.
I think John, who is one of the members of a community, very dearly beloved, and he said something like that, like, oh, and you know what, it'll be good for DMs in a pinch who needs something.
Yeah.
I think the general consensus is if you are posting it publicly, you're okay for people to use them, but we should 100% get that double checked. 100%, definitely. We should really double check that the people are okay with it being showcased on the podcast as well.
Surely it has to be, because we did say that.
True, we did say that.
Very, very, very.
We did say that.
And this time next week, the first one will be announced.
Yeah, indeed.
And the next episode, you'll have the next challenge.
Hell yeah. So next Monday.
Well, today you don't get the
you get nothing.
You get nothing today, but as of next time, you'll start to get
none for Glen Coco.
Yeah.
Sorry. You know what? That would have been funnier if I had gotten that in a little bit quicker and I didn't interrupt you then.
None for Glen Coco.
None for Glen Coco. What's that from?
I don't know.
Jack. Oh my God! Everyone crucify him.
Crucify me.
Boo! Boo!
You suck.
So Mean Girls.
Right. All I know is stop trying to make fetch happen.
Stop trying to make fetch happen.
Yeah, that's the only thing I know from Mean Girls.
Man, yeah, none for you, Glen Coco.
None for you, Glen Coco. Oh, dearie me. So yeah, thank you so much for getting involved in our in the things that we're doing for this community.
Thank you.
Because it's fun, isn't it? It's not
it is so much fun.
It's not just like a YouTube channel that you just watch. There's the Discord there. People are making like games together. You can get involved in the homebrew challenge, so you can get featured on the podcast and
One
stuff like
shots
that.
going on all the time.
Yeah,
there's all sorts happening.
It's just good crack, isn't it?
It is. It's really, really good.
And, if you are just somebody who just wants to watch the podcast, that's what it's here for. But then for the people who want a little bit more,
there's a whole community there that are more than willing to welcome you in, and everyone's so happy to see one another. Everyone's so welcoming is really genuinely the only way.
Yeah, really very
welcoming and accepting.
Yeah,
and if you have a problem, people will hear you out. If you just want to rant, people will hear you out. If you need help, people help you out.
You want to post photos in the Discord, you can
people hype you up.
Yeah.
Want to show pictures of your pets? People
and just
hype
everybody
you up.
in the comments, you're just all so lovely.
Yeah,
and
you
all
are.
the submissions.
Yeah, man, it's amazing.
You
it's
know,
amazing.
it feels like just a little bit more than the YouTube channel.
It does now. Yeah, definitely.
You know, that's not. We can only do so much. If you don't take part in it, it's
Yeah,
still,
but
it's still just a YouTube channel. But that's the thing, you do.
You don't have to. Like, if you didn't want to do any of this, you don't have to.
Yeah, you can just watch the YouTube channel.
100%, and that is, by the way, more than enough.
Yeah. But, you don't have to, but it's for the people who want more.
Yeah, if you ever want to join a community of like-minded people who won't judge you, who will treat you with respect, who will listen to you, who will support you, who will want to play games with you, I cannot talk highly enough about our community.
Yeah, same.
And I'm sure every person who has a community says that, right?
Oh, yeah, I imagine so. But, I
cannot speak highly enough of it.
Ours is the best, right?
Yeah.
Right?
The squad blasters,
right?
innit? The squadlings.
Squaddy bees.
Squaddy bees.
Squaddy bees.
Of course. So.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much for all of your help and support.
Indeed. It means the world to us. Thank you. We do. Oh, shall we hit him with the... Hit him with the taint.
Hit him with the taint.
Hit him with the taint.
Right in the taint.
Right in the taint. Bam!
Or bam, right in the taint. Ow, my taint.
My taint.
Ow.
How could you do that
Not
to my
taint?
So, we have a couple of bits of fan art to go over.
Love it.
So, the first bit of fan art is from Dana.
Yeah.
All the links, obviously, in the description below. And I don't know if you remember, Dana sent in a mood board for Rayla.
Yeah.
I think a couple of weeks ago now.
Yeah, I think so.
And Dana has come back with a mood board for Jasper. And
Jasper Grawlish.
Jasper
was
Grawlish.
his name.
Jack's blade singing wizard who lived to see.
His name was Jasper.
Oh, man.
And that is how he talked.
It is.
He talked like a southerner.
He did. What a little lad.
I bet all the southerners in the chat are being like, Jack, shut up.
That's
Daddy, not how I sound.
Daddy, no, we don't. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh my God.
She's mocking you.
I'm not mocking you. I'm just from the north, and that's just how the cookie crumbles.
Yeah, you sound like you're from the north as well.
Oh.
Margaret's got a very eclectic accent. It's very nice.
I have a weird accent. You can say it. It's fun.
No, everyone loves it. I love it. I think it's very interesting.
Thank you.
It's nice to listen
Once
to.
again, interesting is code for fucking weird.
No.
No.
Everyone loves the way your voice sounds.
Thanks, Jack.
And I love it too.
I love you too.
I said I love it, but I love you as well.
Oh my God, did you just 420 no scope me in front of everyone?
I think you actually 420 no scoped yourself. And I was just here to watch it happen.
Thanks, Jack.
Oh
my God. Anyway,
Jasper's mood board.
Yeah, Dana, I'm so sorry. Jasper's mood board. So you know what? I'm actually going to read out what Dana sent along with a mood board because I think it kind of perfectly encapsulates it, right?
Yeah, go for it.
I'm out of breath. I'm out of breath from being 420 no scope in the head. Re-listening
by
to
yourself.
Re-listen that meme with that kid who's like, trust no one, not even yourself. And it's him pointing the gun at his own head.
Oh, Jasper.
Dana, sorry. Re-listening to the character ranking video, and each time I think about Jasper, I want to cry. Me too. I just think he's neat. Each row shows a part of his life, a season, if you will. The first row is his life with his wife, his life as a butler to his new family, and the final indicating his putting on the blue coat, taking the sword, and stepping into his new path. Man, why does this fuck me up so bad every time?
It's fucking me up. It's real sad.
It's real sad. And it's like the dancing with his wife.
Oh, Margaret, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
And the graveyard, obviously.
Yeah, obviously, because she died.
And then the working as the butler. And then finally him putting on the coat.
Yeah.
And, reluctantly so.
Yeah.
And moving.
Oh, it is sad. It is a sad story.
It is a really sad story. And, having it like, I was going to say promoted. I'm all messed up. Having it portrayed like this and, seeing the actual... Although, does that dude not look like Alan Sugar? Like a little bit.
In the second row. Yeah. It's just, like the snow, like Camp Village and things like that where he lived. The dancing with his wife and then, the graveyard.
Yeah.
But then, like the bottom bit with like the hilt of the sword and the blue,
and like the
coat.
The coat and the magic as well. I don't know how Dana's managed to like tone it all in the same.
It's all like the same like sort of scale of color.
Yeah,
it's very impressive.
Yeah. It's got like a filter on it.
It's so awesome.
I don't know if that's something that you've done, Dana, or if that's like how the pictures came and you just.
Also, I've spoken to a few people in the Discord who've been like, I really want to play like the character that Jack made up. I want to say it again. I know that Margaret said different things about like Rayla and things like that, but then, that's because like Margaret has played that character.
Sensitive.
Yeah, but if you want to play Jasper, that's fine. You can have Jasper. You can have any of the characters that I made up. You can take those backstories and play them as they are, change them slightly. It's up to you. It's completely up to you. Yeah. But they're up for grabs. I don't mind.
And you can sit at your own home and cry about it too. How's that?
Huh?
What do you think? Dana.
Yeah, it's a great
wonderful
mood board.
Work.
I love that mood board. Thank you so much, Dana. It means a lot that you heard my character backstory and went out of your way to make a mood board for it. I think that's just crazy.
I think a lot of people resonated with Jasper. Not necessarily maybe resonated, but a lot of people felt for Jasper.
Yeah.
Me included.
Yeah.
Because it's just real sad.
It is a sad story. Yeah,
it's a sad story. Did I see you nearly tear up there?
Nearly, yes. Yes. It was like reading you get sad about my story was just sad.
Yeah. Well, Dana.
His life with his wife, his life as the butler.
And,
it's like, the bit where you say taking the sword and stepping into his next path.
I know.
It's just sad.
Oh God, it's so sad.
It's like, because it's sad because, like he's already lived a life. Like
I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Okay.
Oh no, I'm joking. You talk about him.
No, I don't need to.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
He's already lived a life. Like this is the moment where his life is supposed to, he retired, that was the point, but his wife died, so he wanted to get back to work and get busy because he was lonely. But his life's supposed to be like winding down.
Yeah.
And now he just feels like he got everything back and then lost it again, so now he's like, I'm not losing it again. I need to do something about it. Do you know what I mean? Like I think that's what hits me so hard. It's like,
oh my God,
these were his days to retire.
Oh, man. And if you haven't heard the full tragic story in full, we talked about it in our tier ranking list. He's second to last in the tier ranking of our characters. There's just
I just can't believe
there as well.
There's so many people who've come to me on Jasper's backstory.
Yeah, because it's an amazing backstory.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. The amount of people. Was it Kate? Kate was like, I was driving to work and I cried so much I had to pull over. Like,
I am so sorry. I am so sorry.
I think, yeah.
And Kate said I had to go and apologize to my manager that I was late for work, but I couldn't tell him why.
Kate, you're the MVP.
Yeah, we love you, Kate. You're awesome.
Yeah, like, it's a sad story. And
it is a sad story.
People like a sad story, and people feel for a sad story, and so do I. And I think I've cried my eyelashes off.
It's okay. They're still on. They look good. You look beautiful as ever.
Jack, do I look sad?
No.
Because I'm feeling pretty sad.
I'm sorry.
Dana, I'm coming for you. No, seriously, Dana, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Dana. That means a lot. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, truly. You even said after you saw the Rayla one, like you would really love.
Yeah,
you would really love some for your characters, and there you go.
Yeah,
there you go.
Done. There you go.
Done. Thank you so much, Dana. Links to Dana's Instagram will be below. Okay, give me a second. Okay. Jesus.
Yeah, you good? You good?
Yeah, I'm all right.
You okay? You sure?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, how's everyone?
How you doing?
Kate.
Yeah, Kate, I hope you're not driving.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm okay. All right. So the next piece of fan. This has been sent in by Umei. And so Umei is an incredible artist. Umei has been practicing just doing like general art, and they posted in the Discord being like, oh, does anyone want me to draw their characters? And I don't think anyone like saw the message, so they came and messaged me and said like, is there any characters you'd like me to draw? So
and Margaret was like, always.
Yeah, I absolutely love Umei's art style, by the way. It's here. Thanks, Jack.
I'll put that in.
You can see here, I don't quite know like the names of art styles, but this is more like a realism. This is kind of like
2 artists talking about art.
Yeah, ooh, I have no idea what kind of art style this is, but it's absolutely gorgeous.
Unreal, isn't
I
it?
love their art style, absolutely love it. And it's Rayla,
Yeah.
my moon druid. Oh my god, I did it again. I did it again. I said
can't
it.
Take me off. You can't take me off guard like that.
I'm so sorry.
For an announcement like that, I need some. I
know you need a little bit.
I need a little bit of time.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Well, she's a moon druid. Get over it. All right.
I don't want to get over it. I want to embrace it.
And then Willow, my circle of shepherd druid, and I just sent them like pictures of like 3 of my different characters, saying draw whatever one you would like to, and just look.
The 2 druids, isn't it?
It's the 2 druids.
The 2 doo-doos.
It's the 2 doo-doos living their absolute best life. And it's like the moon to the fur to the flowers to like the border around.
I love the contrast in emotions between the 2 of them.
Yeah, me too.
Like Rayla's
very putting her head up, very proud,
very confident.
Yeah, and Willow's
very doubtful of herself.
Yeah,
which
being
she
very
was
shy.
for the majority of the campaign.
Yeah, like very coy, I think. And man, it's just absolutely gorgeous, truly so beautiful. You've captured both of them perfectly, and like you said, the contrast of them together just shows how different they are. And I love that. It's absolutely stunning.
Love it.
Thank you so much.
It's so impressive.
Oh, yeah, I know. No, it is.
Fur on Rayla's collar.
I know. I said this.
So
I was like,
impressive.
that looks like real fur.
I know. It's absolutely. It's just.
I don't know how any of you do it. Truly, don't know how any of you do it. It's actually sickening. Truly,
so good.
Makes me sick to my stomach how talented you all are.
So Umei is a artist in the Discord.
Yes, I will links. I will leave links to Umei's TikTok. I know that they have a TikTok account. And I will reach out and see if there's like Instagram accounts, etc.
Yeah.
It will all be linked below.
Does Umei take commissions?
Yes. Oh my goodness, yes.
Yeah.
In our Discord, we have a whole Artist Alley area.
Yeah.
There's a whole place you can get commissions done. Umei has their own threads set up. Please do consider.
Yeah.
And
it's just awesome. There's so many talented artists here who, are ready to take your commissions. So if you do want a commission done by Umei,
exactly.
Go to the Discord, find Umei's little thread in the Artist Alley bit, and you can commission Umei.
Yeah, exactly.
Amazing.
And you know what? This applies genuinely to pretty much every single artist who's ever done art for us. They're all in the Discord.
Yeah.
They all have their own commission sheets up. Yeah. Regardless of if they're open or not, they all do take commissions.
They'll be open at some point.
Yeah, so please do take a look. Genuinely.
So yeah, amazing. Umei, you are very talented. You should be very proud of yourself.
Honestly.
That is insane.
You should. And, the whole time Umei was like, oh, I wasn't sure about this. And, saying thank you for believing me. Thank me for believing in you. Thank you for doing this for me.
You should believe in yourself, just saying.
You are an incredibly talented artist. Your artwork is absolutely gorgeous. You have such a bright future ahead of you in terms of
shading on the skin. Oh,
yeah, it's beautiful. Your artwork is absolutely beautiful. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise, and don't undersell yourself because your art's gorgeous.
Both of your characters have white hair.
Yes. Well, Rayla has kind of more of like a grey tint, and Willow's was like bright white. And you can see here that
definitely.
Rayla's hair is more grey, and
you see towards the back. Yeah.
Willow's hair was bright white.
Oh,
I have
beautiful.
What can I say? I have a look alike.
Yeah,
I have a mistake.
You have a look. Yeah, mine's old guy.
Yours old sad guy. Mine's druid with white hair.
Druid with white hair.
Thank you, mate.
Umei, you're amazing.
The last one. This is more fan art sent in by Cefy, our child, our son, our prodigy, Cefy. And a few episodes ago, I showed off the emoji that he did for me, and he's working on an emoji for Jack, and it's just cool.
You know what? I can't believe how much it looks like.
I know, isn't that wild?
It's insane.
I know, it is absolutely insane.
Got the Eldritch Podblast merch on?
Hell yeah, you do. I like the addition of the sunglasses, honestly.
Yeah, the dad glasses.
Yeah, dad glasses.
I'm a dad without being a dad.
Yeah. Well, no, you know, who
Yes.
was it? Was it Moth?
Yeah.
It was like, it must be exhausting being parents to hundreds of children. And then,
Hundreds of squad blasters.
who was it? It was someone
Hundreds
said,
and hundreds of squad blasters.
someone said, are we a tax expense or a deduction? Both.
Both. I love it. It's so cute. I love
And-
the detail in the hands.
You know what? That's the first thing I noticed as well. The
Got
detail in
horns
the
up, got
hands.
the horns
Yeah.
up.
That was the very first. That's so weird. That's the first thing you noticed too.
They look like my hands.
They do look like your
It's
hands.
insane. They look like my hands.
They do look like your hands. It's wild. It's absolutely spot on. Again, this isn't the finished one. This is just a sketch. We
Still
will
cool.
we will of course put
I
the
love
finished emoji in. Cefy as well. Someone who has commissions open in the
Commissions
Discord.
open in the Discord.
So please consider.
You saw the rats last time.
You saw the rats. You saw
Pretty cute.
you saw Rayla. You saw all of them. So
Cefy, I love you very much.
thank you so much.
You're
You're
amazing.
wonderful. What a wonderful son we have. So that's that for fan art. And then the last thing we need to get through is meme time.
You ready?
Hello, Squad Blasters. Do you like meme time?
Meme time.
Meme time?
Hallelujah.
It was about 10 seconds. Has that been about 10 seconds?
Coming up now.
Oh.
We think that was about 10
That was about
seconds.
10 seconds? I don't know.
We were just like, let's dance for 10
God,
seconds when we
that's
say
going to
meme
be
time.
insufferable to watch. Watch editing that. Go on, show him. Give him the dog scratching the back. Go on. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, it's insufferable. Sorry. So let's start off the memes.
The memes.
So this one, I'm so sorry. I haven't written the names down next to who have sent these in, but of course it will be down below. So this one is just reaching to scratch my head during a week's long rest and just unrestful.
Unrestful. I saw you lift that hand. Unrestful.
Scratching
Get it out
head.
of here.
Unrestful.
Say it with me. Unrestful.
Man, that has just become a
That has
staple.
become a staple of the channel now.
And this was from one of the Horrible House Rules videos we did, and it was
So
again
good.
long rests took a week,
The fuck's the point?
and you had to write an
You didn't have to, but you must have, because you had to tell the DM what you had done.
and then the DM would decide if it was unrestful or
And
not.
you had to start your rest again.
Unrestful.
Sounds a lot like homework to me, baby.
Unrestful. Well, actually, you know what? This is a perfect segue into the next one. A Christmas song about long rests. You'll make him a list. He's checking it twice, and it says, in my long rest, sleep, sit in a chair, rest, go to the shops, eat food, talk a bit, go to toilet. Gonna find out who's unrestful.
No, gonna fight out who's unrestful.
And
With the laser beam eyes.
go to the shops, unrest. I agree. Go shop, unrestful.
I mean, you can't expect to go to the shops and not be tired.
Come on.
Come on, how are you gonna
How
rest
can
if you
you
go to the
rest and
shops?
go to the shops?
Come on.
And go to the toilet?
Don't
No
be
way.
Don't be so fucking stupid.
No. You
Don't be so fucking stupid.
toilet, unrestful.
Unrestful.
Have you ever seen me fighting for my life on the toilet? You'd know that
Every
shit
day.
is unrestful.
Every day. I say it every day.
Unrestful.
Fighting
Man,
for your life.
have you... It's going to be too TMI. Trigger warning, poop.
And weird mouth noises, apparently. And choking on your own
Have
space.
you ever, had one of them poops where you have been fighting for your life?
I've had
on
a lot
that
of poops in
toilet?
my time.
Yeah, but you know, the specific ones where you have to derobe
Go
entirely.
gripping the seat.
You're gripping
Hands
the
on the
wall.
wall.
Hands
Yeah.
on the wall.
Margaret
You're
does like a
crying out
good-
in pain.
Margaret does like a good hand on the wall.
I do like a good hand on the wall. You're howling. You're in so much pain. You're howling at the moon. It's like a transformation.
Yeah?
Because I explained that to some of our D&D party, and they were like, "No."
No?
What do you mean, no?
Josh was like, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, Josh was
like,
absolutely
I
like,
understand.
yeah.
Josh was like, I understand.
I understand. Bit of a squinkly Tom.
Yeah.
But yeah, what does that? I guess that says more about me than anyone else, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I fight for my life regularly on that toilet. So just thought I'd let you know that. You're welcome.
Thank you.
No, yeah.
I feel like that was
welcome.
information that really needed to be shared.
It was.
For this podcast to continue.
I've been dying to share that with you. Yeah. So there you go. The next one.
next one's a good one.
Gimli. Gimli, when no one is looking.
Hey.
This was...
Gimli's... Why was it? Because Gimli's a bit of a lad.
No, yeah, because Gimli's
a bit of a lad.
Gimli got upset when he found out that his cousins didn't live in the... So, yeah, and I said Gimli could probably sneak in the back door. Oh, no, I said Gimli could watch from far away.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not allowed in the club.
There's a new survival game coming out about the Mines of Moria, and you can play as a dwarf.
I'm not interested.
So Margaret is interested.
I'm not
said
interested.
She'll play it, but she's going to be really upset.
I'm going to be
play a dwarf.
furious.
But it looks too good
It's
to
an
not play.
MMO.
It's not an MMO. It's a survival game, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know. It's a survival game.
You basically
it's a multiplayer survival game.
You go into the Mines of Moria and begin to like undercover the secrets of the past and try and rebuild Moria.
Listen, it looks great.
If the Balrog's not in there.
Yeah.
Is it Balrog? Yeah, it is Balrog.
It looks great. It looks really good.
Everyone's
amazing. A dwarf. I'm not playing it.
You are playing
I'm not.
It. You have to.
I'm not.
You have to. Otherwise, everyone's going to play it together and we're all going to be having loads of fun and you're going to be sat on your own.
Good.
And then we're all going to look at you like you're looking at Gimli right now. And then you're gonna say, yeah, I'll play, and then we'll all go.
No, you shan't. You shan't see me playing that ever.
I'll screenshot it when Margaret plays it. I'll take a picture of her playing it, enjoying playing the dwarf.
Suddenly, I'm the dwarf. Yeah. So the next one this is really recent. This is from like last episode where we were talking about nicknames. Being in a loving relationship. He wants to call me a pet name. Tony Pizza. Tony Pizza.
Tony Pizza.
Tony Pizza.
That was the pet name, Tony
that was
Pizza.
The pet name. It was based on that meme, and I made the mistake of sharing it with you, and you called me Tony Pizza. To be fair, you call the dog Tony Pizza now more than you call me.
I call you both Tony Pizza.
You give us both the same pet names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it at the minute?
Pachimbi. Yeah. That's our pet. That's what he calls both me and the dog.
My sweet little Pachimbi.
Yeah. Interchangeably.
Yeah. There's lots. There's many.
There's many.
I come up with so many stupid names.
You do.
Pachimbis right now.
Pachimbi. And I think that was a variant of Chibi.
Chibi, yeah.
Which he called me Chibetsa.
Chibetsa? Chibi Chops?
What kind of nickname is Chibetsa?
Chibetsa?
Why did he call me that?
Oh.
No!
Chibetsa's nice.
Stop it. All of you, don't you fucking dare.
I like Chibi Chops.
Chibi Chops? I don't mind Chibi Chops. I don't mind Chibi anymore. I used to hate Chibi, but...
Chibetsa?
No.
And then it turned into Chibetsa Papetsa?
Chibetsa Papetsa. And you have the song.
Which one's this?
Is it Chibetsa Papetsa?
Chibetsa Papetsa. Come on.
Chibetsa.
You can't even get it right. Stibblefetsa.
You call me Chibi. Chibi's the main one.
No. It's definitely
Chibi Chops.
Chibi Chops. Right now it's Pachimbi. Pachimbi.
And I call you Bebby. And that's
Bebby.
it. I don't have a lot of pet names for you.
Oh, what's some of the other ones? Some of the other great ones.
The Squink?
Squonk? Squonk. I called it Squonk for a while.
Because have you seen that? Hold on. This thing.
Here we go.
It's like folklore animal thing. And it cries all the time because it's so ugly. And I was like, that's me.
Not because it's so ugly. It has nothing to do with... My pet name for you being Squonk isn't to do with anything with how you look.
It's just that I cry a lot.
It's just the fact that you cry all the time.
I do cry all the time.
So for a period, I did call it the Squonk.
The Squonk. And then we turned it into Squink. And then whenever I cried, I'd be like, I'm squinking.
Yeah, I'm squinking.
Wow, you don't need to know any of this.
Getting a bit squinkly.
Yeah.
I used to say.
Wow, I feel really bad for all the new people who've come to this video for informative information about OneD&D.
We'll get there.
And they're listening.
If you don't like this stuff, just fast forward in the timestamps.
They're listening to us talk about our pet names for one another.
Pachimbi right now.
Pachimbi.
That's the good one right now.
Yeah, I simply call you Bebby.
Pachimbi. Pachimbas Wimbers.
Tony Pizza.
And
finally, the last one. And this is more like a collection of images.
Just a template. Just a collection of facial expressions that we have pulled. I don't know if these are all from the same video. I don't know.
Because your hair looks different in one of them. Well, maybe it doesn't actually.
No, they're all from the I look.
Yeah, I think they all
I've got the
maybe.
same t-shirt on.
Yeah.
I know it's just black, but you can sort of tell.
Yeah, you always have the same t-shirt on.
What do you mean?
You don't change it out per episode.
No, every 2 episodes you see me in the same t-shirt because it's the same day.
Yeah,
Margaret, at the beginning of the podcast, Margaret was like, "We've got to change it out, otherwise people will get like pulled out, like the immersion."
The immersion.
Like, it's a fucking podcast.
What am I on about?
It's a fucking podcast.
I still change the t-shirt.
Tell me if you mind me wearing the same t-shirt.
I watch everyone be like, actually.
And do you want to know what? I don't care.
So that is the end of meme time.
I used to just put a different hat on, and Margaret was like, "It's not enough."
I used to just turn it.
Yeah, I would have the same hat on and wear it backwards and wear it forwards.
Yep. So that's it. Thank you all so very much for your memes.
Oh, thank you for the memes.
Very much appreciated.
I love the memes.
Now, 40 minutes in and 20 minutes after talking about our pet names for one another,
Pichimbi.
shall we get into the meat and bread of this game?
The bread and butter of this.
Of this episode.
Yeah. The pork sausages of this podcast.
The meat and potatoes.
Like protein for potatoes.
Yeah.
Potatoes.
Again, I'm so sorry. You know what? The Thursday episode is always so unhinged.
It's because we always have to like have some caffeine to like get ourselves because
so we're just a bit fucking weird.
So we just had something to eat.
Yeah,
it's
that's it. It's like we've had some food, and after you have your tea for the evening or like your dinner,
you get a bit silly, don't you?
Yeah, well, you get tired after eating your last meal.
Yeah.
Boom.
She's gone. and she's dead.
You're tired.
There she goes.
And then, it's just whatever from here. It's like, when you have a sleepover with your friends and it's gotten like way past your bedtime.
Are you 29 years old?
Listen. And you're really tired.
But you just get silly.
And then it's like 4 a.m. and you're like, no, you can't sleep. And then you all have to go to the bathroom and splash cold water on your face. And it's a whole thing. And anyway.
Yeah, breath.
It's like that.
So what we're talking about today, Margaret?
A bit weird. So today we are talking about the new OneD&D Druid. There has been so many requests for talking about the new OneD&D Druid.
Yeah.
I don't really know anything.
So just so you know, when we do these videos,
full stop.
When we do these videos, especially these ones, because I like look at all this stuff anyway, not just for like the podcast. So I look at it all and I go over it again for when we do the podcast. So, and I just highlight it all for Margaret. So this is Margaret's first time reading it. So if it ever seems like I'm explaining things to Margaret, it's because I am. Because this is the first time she's reading it.
It's the first time I'm reading it.
Yeah.
I've said it before. I don't do very well, like just straight up reading.
Yeah.
To be fair, so at the time of recording, we've only had one of the OneD&D videos out.
Yeah.
And the amount of people who said, I would have never read this by myself.
That's what we're here to do, baby.
Over it.
Let's learn together.
Yeah, absolutely.
So when OneD&D does come out, you're like, oh, I already know all this shit.
Yeah, because these two idiots taught me through it.
It might change slightly, but not everything will change.
Yeah, indeed.
At this point, when they're putting out playtests, it's like, this is the idea that we're going to go with for the class. And then it's just like maybe tuning or like slight changes. There might be some big changes, but it's going to be like almost there.
Yeah, totally.
It's like a game in beta.
Yeah, well, exactly.
It's exactly what it's like.
Yeah, exactly.
We go through a subclass for the Druid.
Oh, which? Weird. I didn't know that there was any Druid subclasses.
None?
No.
I can't remember the name of it.
Me neither. That's strange. What could it be? I'm trying to think.
Can you remember?
Nothing's coming to mind.
Type it in the chat if you can remember.
Definitely nothing
Type it in the comments.
I've never heard of it. It's something called a Moon Druid. Don't know what that is.
What? That sounds cool.
That sounds real cool,
doesn't
it?
That sounds like something you would like to play.
That sounds like my favorite class to play. If I would ever to play one.
If you were ever to play D&D.
That sounds like something I'd like.
Ever.
Too bad I don't play D&D. You've been conned.
So there was a lot of controversy around the Warlock.
Yep.
And we broke that down.
Yep.
And I don't actually think that's controversial in the slightest. I think it's actually really good.
Yeah.
And it
Again,
looks like
that video hasn't gone out for us yet, so we have no idea how that's been receive.
Yeah, I mean, it's not our changes.
We're
just reviewing the changes.
True,
I think the Warlock looks awesome.
Yeah, there was a lot. We heard a lot about Warlock. Man, we have heard a lot about Druid.
A lot of negative stuff about
of negative stuff about Druid. There's a lot of from what I've heard, because obviously, right, yeah, all jokes aside, I main a Moon Druid.
Yes.
And a lot of people have come to me, especially in the Discord, saying, God, what have they done to you? And I've been holding off for this specifically.
Yeah.
So let's find out together.
Yeah.
So all of this information, this has come from, to be fair, this playtest was released in February 23rd, 2023. The feedback for this playtest is long closed at this point. But, we wanted to talk about it anyway.
Before we begin, as a Druid main,
yeah,
what do you think of Druid right now in its current edition, its current iteration in 5e?
Not enough wild shapes.
Not enough wild shapes.
It's hard because I don't really play right now a typical Druid.
Yeah.
I've multi-classed into Barbarian as well, so I'm doing the Barbarian route. So I'm not the traditional spellcasting Druid, if that makes sense.
You did play the spellcasting Druid.
I did play the traditional spellcasting Druid. Again, it was my first proper time playing a spellcaster, and it was complicated. One thing I will say about the Druid was it was complicated. I don't care what anyone says. Going into it, you are a prepared spellcaster. You can change your spells every single day. You get the same amount of spell slots as any other caster. And then you have to manage the wild shapes, including all the stat blocks that come along with the wild shapes, which is a lot of information.
Yeah. So, just a bit of... So this is what I watched. Obviously, I've gone through the playtest stuff, but I also watched... Jeremy Crawford comes out and does like a little interview for every new playtest that comes out and sort of says like the things that they were talking about achieving. So they did a... like they did with the Warlock, they had some stuff that they wanted to achieve from feedback from the community.
Yeah.
They wanted to cast more spells. They wanted more spell slots for the Warlock. Druid, get this. Ready for this? Druid, everyone sort of talks about Druid, loves Druid. Oh, I love Druid, I love Druid. Druid is the least played class in D&D.
Doesn't surprise me.
The reason it's the least played class is because it... Not only are you a full spellcaster that switches out the spells every day, you do have to take on
a different stat block.
You basically need to buy the monster manual to then run a Moon Druid or any Druid that wants to wild shape, because then you need stat blocks blocks from the monster manual. The monster manual is supposed to be for the dungeon master.
Yeah.
You better believe you have to figure out how CR works.
Well, that's it. And again, the Moon Druid CR works differently to all the other Druid CRs.
Exactly.
But at the same time, it's, what? With spells like polymorph, etc., you take on the mental stats of that animal too. However, with wild shape, you get to retain your mental stat. And you can even, in some circumstances, use your mental stats over the actual animals. Well, in all circumstances. And so it is convoluted. It's complicated.
So
and
basically, that was one of the things that they wanted to change. They wanted to make it easier, because everyone loves it because Druids are awesome. They're a very, popular class in terms of fantasy, but
definitely very versatile.
It looks like a lot of people shied away from playing it because it is a little complicated.
It is a bit complicated, and even now I wild shape into one thing and one thing only, but my god, the times that I have to wild shape into other things, it's either you have to pull your phone up.
It's cumbersome.
If you're like me, I have to have physical printouts of things, so you can either buy a bestiary, or you have to make your own things.
Do you know what I mean?
Or you have to sit on your phone and find them.
So I agree that is a change that needs making.
Yeah, agreed. And you know what? There isn't a comprehensive list of all the CR animals, which is so annoying.
Yeah.
So you have to end up going onto these janky third-party websites, having no idea what you're looking at, and if it's a homebrew, a UA, whatever.
Yeah.
So anyway.
So but those are the things that they said that they wanted to achieve. We'll see if they achieve it.
Yeah. So, shall we just get straight into the Druid?
Go for it.
All right. So, the first things changing with the Druid, and we'll just go through chronologically. So, Druid class features. Is this where I'm starting, Jack?
Yeah. It's all, this time I've simplified it. Just read it in order.
Yeah.
That's it.
So, now, as a Druid, at first level, you get something called Channel Nature. The magic of nature infuses you. Tapping into that power, you can create various magical effects. You start with one such effect, Wild Shape, which is described below. Other Druid features give additional channel nature
channel nature effects.
Nature effect options. Each time you use this channel nature, you choose which effect to create from amongst those you have from this class. You can use channel nature twice. You gain 1 expended use when you finish a short rest, and you regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. You gain additional uses when you reach certain Druid levels, as shown in the channel nature column of the Druid table. If a channel nature effect requires a saving throw, the DC equals spell save DC from this class's spellcasting feature. So let's find the table.
I didn't put it in here.
Oh, it's okay.
It's okay.
Do we know how many that changes into then?
Let me show you.
So this, I'm assuming this is akin to your Wild Shape slots you get, right?
Yeah, it's exactly it. But now, so it's like clerics get channel divinity, and they're basically replicating that for things that you can do.
Yeah, I was going to say
as a druid.
Yeah. Although the difference with this is now you only regain 1 expended use instead of all of the expended uses of what used to be your Wild Shape per short rest.
How many wild did you only ever have 2?
Only ever have 2.
So you get 2 at first level.
Yeah.
At 5th level you get 3.
Yeah.
And then at 9th level you get 4.
So,
and then that's all you get for the rest. But you get 1 of those back per short rest.
Yeah.
So basically, after 9th level, you get 5 a day.
Yeah, well, and to be honest, even at 5th level, did you say you get 4?
5th level, you get 3.
So, at 5th level, you're...
With 1 short rest, you've got 4.
Yeah, you've got, with 1 short rest, you have...
4 at 5th level.
Do you get 3 at 5th level? Yeah, sorry, I'm not looking at the table. So, that, what was the first thing I said? You don't have enough Wild Shape slots.
Already better.
Yeah, already better. I'm certain some people will argue not being able to get them all back in a short rest is worse. To that I say you might be right, but...
So I think they're not trying to load short rests now.
Yeah.
It looks like a lot of the changes are, they're trying to take, warlocks are no longer short rest spellcasters and things like that. They're giving some stuff back, but not every. They're giving you more uses in total and getting less back in a short rest. So it's not just
a universal thing.
We have a fight, let's short rest. We have a fight, let's short rest, which I think is a good thing for the game.
And we find that certain classes, Rogue, for example, get nothing back on a short rest.
Yeah.
So sometimes you're short resting again
for one member of the party.
Yeah, exactly. Which isn't an issue.
No, it's not.
A short rest in the grand scheme of things is nothing.
It's an hour.
You can do them. Yeah. But still feels bad when you sat there like I get nothing from this.
Do you think it's because you at level 2? Spoilers ahead. At level 2 you get extra things that you can use your channel nature for.
Yeah.
Do you think it's weird that it's only Wild Shape at level 1? Why didn't they give those other things at level 1?
It depends what the other things are, to be honest.
We're about to go on to that.
Yeah, it depends what the other things are.
I don't know why they gave Wild Shape and not the other 2.
I wouldn't.
At second level, you're going to be level 2, so it doesn't really matter. But
I wouldn't be able to judge that until I saw the next things, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I'll keep that in mind when we get to the next ones.
Yeah.
So, for Wild Shape, as a magic action, you transform into a form that you have learned for this feature. You start knowing one form, Animals of the Land, which is detailed in the Wild Shape section later in this class description. You can stay in that form for a number of hours equal to half your Druid level, or until you use your Wild Shape again, have the incapacitated condition, or you die. You can also end Wild Shape early as a bonus action. So ending Wild Shape used to be a free action.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah.
Right, okay, so that's a small nerf.
Yeah. While in a form, its game statistics replace yours, and your ability to handle objects is determined by the form's limbs rather than your own. You retain your personality, memories, ability to speak, and Wild Shape. You lose access to all of your other features, such as the ability to cast spells. You can continue to concentrate on one. When you transform, you choose whether your equipment falls to the ground in your space and merges into your new form. Equipment that merges with the form has no effect until you leave the form. So they've taken away.
So this is the controversial bit.
I can see why.
When we'll get to the stat blocks afterwards. There at the end, you lose
access to all of your other features.
So that means feats.
Yeah.
That means
racials. That means
proficiencies.
Man, yeah.
So I see what they're trying to do by just simplifying it, but I think they've oversimplified it and made it actually a massive nerf.
Yeah, that's huge, because perfect example of this. You let us start with the first level feat.
Yes.
That's, to be fair, OneD&D is also letting
That's
you
where I got
start
it from.
with
That was
first level feats.
It was the list that they gave us.
And I went out of my way to take the telepathic feat.
So you could talk in wild shape.
So I could talk in wild shape.
Can't do that anymore.
Because there is nothing worse, especially as a moon druid who is in wild shape. I would say for the majority of the time, especially in combat, to not be able to communicate with your party is huge, especially for me. Granted, it might not be huge for you. It might not be huge for other people. For me, it was a huge, huge no-no. Man, that would be so upsetting to know that there's no way around.
They've got it. So I think I looked over some of the nasty mixes, like wild shape and this, and the thing that apparently it mixes the worst with is racial traits. That's the thing that sucks the most for like nasty crossovers that make it too powerful.
Okay.
So it's like, if that's the thing you're trying to get rid of, just call that out as the only thing that you don't get.
Yeah.
Keep your feats, keep your efficiencies, keep your skills, keep your...
The proficiencies as well.
When you get the laser, you'll see it has no skill proficiencies.
Man, and you know what? It's like, how many times do you wild shape into something small so you can scout ahead? Or when you get to 9th level, you wild shape into something flying so you can scout ahead. As a druid, wisdom is your main stat. You probably have proficiency in perception, right? You go in. That's the whole reason you do it, so you can scout ahead with your wisdom.
They need to make this so you keep your proficiencies, you keep your feats, you keep like everything apart from your racial traits. If that's what you're trying to get, there's so many times in these playtests where they're just catch-all taking things out when they're only really doing it so they don't get this one thing. It's like, just name it that one thing and don't let them have that.
I agree. This happened with
It was the action surge. Don't say that you can't cast spells with it.
Yes, totally.
That's what you're trying to get rid of.
Totally.
Just
don't
that.
Stop the other things with it as well, because I agree. That's not great.
That's not good. That needs to change.
I completely agree.
Desperately needs to change.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And oh no, you retain your personality, memories, and ability to speak.
Yeah.
So surely that means that you can speak in wild shape form.
Yeah, so you can speak. That's it.
Oh, okay, so my example there of using telepathic.
Yeah, I mean,
out the window.
The fact that you can speak, then you wouldn't need the feat. Yeah. So,
true. Yeah, true.
But like, if you take slasher because your claws do slashing damage.
100%. Yeah, totally. You take sentinel.
You take sentinel. Can't use it.
Jeez, man, that's so bad.
How shit's that?
That's so bad.
That sucks.
Yeah, especially if
you have sentinel.
Yeah, well, yeah. If you're playing as the tank and you're playing as the Circle of the Moon Druid as the tank.
Imagine if you took tough.
Oh man, that would feel so bad.
So bad, isn't it?
That would feel really, really fucking bad.
Yeah, you can speak.
You know what? That I will say personally, that's great. I feel like that is a needed addition for me personally.
I agree.
I skimmed past that, sorry, and I gave a terrible example of the feat. I should have given the example of Sentinel.
Because every other feat in the game is still not allowed.
Yeah, true, man. Yeah, that's absolutely that sucks.
Bad. Not good.
That really sucks.
So that is basically the point of like almost all controversy.
I understand that. I agree.
When we go through the stat blocks later, you'll see why it's even worse.
Oh God!
But
the lack of proficiencies. Because I was going to say a few animal stat blocks have proficiency in like stealth, for example, or whatever. And what about dark vision?
No, they all get dark vision.
They all get dark vision.
Like 60. I think the aquatic form gets 90.
Okay.
So they all get dark vision.
Right, okay, never mind then.
But I'll just tell you, I'll just put you out your misery. You lose your proficiency in saving throws as well.
God.
Because it doesn't specify that you get them when you're in the form.
Man.
And it says that you don't carry over any like abilities or feats or traits or anything like that.
And a huge thing, by the way, I can only speak for myself. Before I multiclassed, where I can't concentrate on spells anymore, one big tactic was put something like spike growth on the floor, put something like moonbeam down. You wild shape, you concentrate on it. You have something like you will get proficiency in con saves depending on what you shape into. What if you had Warcaster, so you could get the advantage on the concentration checks?
Don't get that anymore.
Man, that's pee poo poo.
Shit, that innit?
I understand now. I understand what you mean by they did Druid bad here.
Yeah, so like in like if it just said you keep your feats, you keep your save and throw proficiencies, you keep your skill proficiencies, but you don't get your racial traits. If that's what they're trying to just do that. But you need proficiency in saving throws. Otherwise, you're just a walking target for attacks.
I was gonna say, like,
you need skill proficiencies because you don't just wild shape for combat, especially Circle of the Moon Druids.
And it's also like, what player character doesn't have proficiencies in saving throws?
But like,
you have 2.
Yeah, every character.
You know what I mean?
Every PC has 2.
I feel like, you know what? I genuinely feel. I was gonna say, this feels like an oversight.
So it must be.
It has to be.
It must be.
I do not believe, based on from the other OneD&D stuff we've looked at and the changes that they've made positively, by the way, and I'd say like 90% of it's positive, in my opinion.
I agree.
This feels like an oversight.
It's an oversight.
This doesn't feel intentional.
It's because the thing is, I think they were like, if you go back and you read like the 5e wild shape stuff, it's a fucking mess. It's a mess.
Truly is.
And I think they're doing a good job of simplifying it.
Agreed.
For the sake of like making it easier for people to come to Druid.
Agreed.
But you've simplified it so much that you've just nerfed it into the ground. So it needs to change.
I'm not certain if incapacitated ended wild shape prior. I don't think it did.
I don't know.
And it was a free action to drop your wild shape.
Yeah, I don't know if it really needs to be a bonus action. I don't know if it needs to be a bonus action. Yeah. I think there's a reason later on that I think they've made it a bonus action.
Yeah, and you know
that
what?
We'll come to.
I'm forgetting that as a Moon Druid, I can wild shape as a bonus action.
Yeah.
Normal Druids, it's an action to wild shape. And then like the equipment stuff, that was how it was before. So yeah,
so there is a buff later on about the bonus action.
Yeah.
So I think like when we get to that bit, it'll probably make a little bit more sense. This spellcasting bit is just this little change at the bottom and up to the top right.
Yeah.
So.
Sorry, I was just reading the box underneath here. That's kind of, you know how Jack said, they're kind of making channel nature kind of similar to channel divinity.
Yeah.
They're just explaining it here that
they did the same for the cleric.
Yes,
in terms of uses,
and now the paladin too.
So what they actually did was they made, because cleric was the first like person that had a channel divinity. That got released.
Yeah.
They gave it proficiency bonus times per day.
Yeah, equal to a character's proficiency bonus.
They were just like, if somebody just multi-classes in.
Yeah, that number is too generous.
It's way too generous, and I agree. I agree. I think 2 is good. I think 5 with a short rest at level like 9 and onwards is really good.
Yeah, agreed.
I can't see a time where you want to
agreed.
wild shape 5 times a day.
Yeah, very much agree. Okay, so there is a slight change to spellcasting.
Very small, minor, but...
So the change to Druid spellcasting is, at higher levels in this class, you can prepare more spells as shown on the Druid table. The numbers there determine the number of different spells that you can prepare for each level. For example, as a 4th level Druid, you can prepare 3 different 0-level spells,
cantrips,
4 different 1st level spells, and 3 different 2 2nd-level spells. So it's no longer
not your Druid level plus your Wisdom modifier. It's just you have 4 1st level spell slots.
Yep.
Prepare 4 1st level spells. You got 3 2nd level spell slots. Prepare 3 2nd level spells.
How it is now, though, you're not locked into what spells you can prepare.
Yeah.
Now this is saying you have to have, here's your spell slots, but you have to have 4 1st level spells prepared. I can't think of a single 4 1st level spells that I have prepared at any given point.
I think they're trying to.
That's not true.
Again, they're trying to. I think they're trying to simplify it, but again, I don't think that's a change that needs making. Personally,
is this for all spellcasters? Prepared spellcasters?
I think so.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm a massive fan of it.
Oh, I'm definitely not a massive fan of that. Being a prepared spellcaster.
Because obviously the only other spellcaster that we've done is the Warlock, and it's not a prepared spellcaster.
Yeah. Well, I can speak for myself and Abby. Saying that, Abby doesn't. Well, no, that's not true. Abby does change her spells out.
The thing is, you can still change your spells out every day.
Yeah, but
you're
locked in.
The number of slots seems to be
corresponding to the
number
level
that you prepare.
Which if you didn't know at the minute, you can prepare, let's say,
a mixture of any
amount. So you have 4 1st level spell slots, but if you only use 1 1st level spell, you can have 1 1st level spell and the other 14 is 3 levels.
Yeah.
Level 3.
Yeah. So it's the amount of spells that you can prepare is your Druid level plus your Wisdom modifier. So if you're a 5th level Druid with a 18 Wisdom, so you got a +4, you can prepare 9 spells.
Yeah.
The amount of spells that you can prepare is about the same.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes it's less, sometimes it's more. It's about the same.
Yeah.
But you had no restriction to, I have to prepare 4 first levels because I got 4 first level slots.
I don't like that at all.
Yeah, I don't think the thing is though, I just don't think it's a change that needs to be made.
I agree. What's the benefit of that? I feel like that actually makes your character less versatile.
I agree.
And I think everything we've seen, especially for, like Barbarian and Fighter, everything they've done for them has made them more versatile.
Yeah.
And it feels like this is a step backwards.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to keep it.
I hope not.
Yeah.
Because
and I think that's what it means. Let us know if we're reading it wrong.
Yeah, sorry, we could be
I'm
completely...
pretty sure that's what it means.
But it says, for example, as a 4th level druid, you can prepare 3 different cantrips, 4 different first level spells, and 3 different second level spells. That suggests to me
you have to prepare the amount of spell slots you have of that level.
Yeah.
So that's the
Oh.
only change to spellcasting though.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of that at all, actually.
That's all prepared spellcasters though. That's not just druid, I think.
Yeah, that sucks for all prepared spellcasters, to be honest.
Yeah.
So, at 2nd level, you get something called Nature's Aid.
Yes.
You learn 2 more ways to use your channel nature, Healing Blossoms and Wild Companion, each of which is described below. So I'm familiar with Wild Companion, but not Healing Blossoms.
Yeah, Wild Companion is something
introducing
from
Tashes.
Tashes, yeah.
Yeah,
which
so
basically just means you can cast 5 familiar.
Yeah, you can expend what is now a Channel Nature
Channel
slot.
Nature slot.
Used to be a Wild Shape slot. Wild Shape slot.
Which it still technically is.
Yeah, and you could basically do Find Familiar.
Which is cool.
With slightly different. It was slightly different, I think. I think you didn't have to have the materials for it.
Yeah. I think it's the same.
So healing.
Yeah, without material components. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the exact same.
So Healing Blossoms, as a magic action, you channel healing energy that appears as blooming flowers. Choose a point within 30 feet of yourself, and the spectral flowers appear for a moment, and a 10-foot radius sphere centered on that spot. Then roll a number of d4s equal to your wisdom modifier, minimum of 1 dice, and add the dice together. The total is the number of hit points you can distribute to creatures in that sphere. You decide the number of hit points that are restored to each of those creatures, deducting the healing from the total.
What do you think?
I like it.
Yeah.
I would like it as a spell, not as a channel nature.
Yeah, I think so. The thing is, right, the few things, I think it scales horrendously.
Yeah, I was gonna say equal to your wisdom modifier, which is only ever going to be 5 if you're not allowed to go over 20.
And to spend a channel like a resource to only get what maximum 5d4.
Well, what's that? 20 hit points.
If you rolled max.
If you rolled max to distribute to people. Granted, now 20 max hit points to one creature. That could be the difference between potentially surviving the next round, depending on what level of play you're at.
What I think is going to be awesome for is you can distribute it sort of like, all right, I rolled 15, so let's just say everyone was down in a 10-foot radius.
You could get everyone up.
You get 5.
Yeah.
You get 5.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I agree. And I
love
think
that.
That would actually be a really clutch way to use this, and that would be totally worth the channel nature.
100%.
However, if you're a moon druid, then again, I keep forgetting that you get more channel natures.
You get more channel natures.
I keep forgetting that.
I think the weird thing is, right, so it scales badly. It just needs to scale a little bit better. That's totally fine. You can just up the dice instead of just upping, don't let it do D6s, then let it do D8s, and then let it do D10s.
Agreed,
That's not a mad way to scale it. The only thing is, right, you get wild shape. I feel like they're trying to make the druid a healer.
Yeah, I was gonna say that feels very obviously catered to healing.
Yeah,
right.
It's like, so there's a wild shape option of channel nature, cool for moon druids. There's a healing one for channel nature, cool for the healers,
and then there's a wild companion, which is probably good for DPS, right?
Is it? Because it can no longer do the help action.
Oh no, it can't do the help action anymore.
So it's like, where's the DPS one?
Yeah,
all I'm thinking, right? Only thing I'm thinking here is, how each cleric subclass gets like Abby, she gets the the thing where she can control people when she uses a channel divinity.
Yeah, her puppet.
So that's like an extra use for your channel divinity.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, cool. So they're going to give the Moon Druid something, which is what's going to, like, if you're a DPS spec, you can use your channel nature for this DPS thing.
Yeah.
They don't do it.
Yeah. Man, I feel like this is all just a little bit of an oversight.
I think it's just a little all over the place.
Yeah, I agree. This, man, it's so sad. This feels definitely, and granted, this is only the fourth one we've looked at, right?
Yeah.
But this definitely feels like the most...
The weakest.
Yeah. One.
Like, if it was, you can use your channel nature for wild shape, to heal, to get a wild companion, or to, and then that's it for the base class. But then each subclass gets
their
own
way to use it. I agree.
But then they don't give Moon Druid a use for it. So obviously they're not doing that.
I agree. Or maybe they just think that Moon Druids is the wild shapes, right?
But that would feel bad.
That would feel bad.
Moon Druids just get less than everyone else.
Yeah, true.
So they need to give a version of, a specific version of nature, of channel nature to each subclass.
Yeah.
To then make it better.
Agreed. Again, the Healing Blossoms thing, in exactly that situation you talked about. However, at level 2 you get this? How many channel natures do you get? You get more at level 5.
You get more at level 5, and you get one back in a short rest.
Like, I don't know. I certainly would not use that just for, 2d4 healing.
Yeah, I would. Do you want to know what? If it's scaled better, and like I didn't want to use a spell slot to heal someone, but it was like my turn and I desperately needed to.
Yeah.
If it's scaled better, I would use it. But, the maximum it's ever going to roll is 4D.
Yeah,
it's 5d4s, which is not good.
it's 30 feet, granted. It is a radius.
Yeah.
However, and it's an action. You could upcast 3rd level healing word.
The 3rd level healing word, right?
Which is still dog shit.
It's still dog shit.
3d4. However, you add your wisdom modifier to it as well.
So
that probably already...
It probably averages out close to this.
Yeah, and granted, you've had to use a 3rd level spell slot.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean?
It's like, it needs to be better, I think.
Yeah, I feel like this is kind of...
To be a class ability, it needs to be better.
It feels really random to throw in, honestly. The Healing Blossoms
This
thing.
gets thrown in another random place later. That's even more fucking random.
Yeah, that seems really random, honestly. Yeah. But you know what? I do get it. I get... Especially if they're wanting to play into the roles. However, that's not the vibe I'm getting for the rest of the playtests.
Yeah.
I'm not getting there's a tank healer DPS
Yeah,
role,
yeah. It's
but
more
I'm getting it here.
Yeah, and...
maybe that's me thinking of it too literally. Maybe that's me thinking of it as someone who has played games where there's traditional role. Who's going to turn their nose up at, an extra healing thing that you don't have to use a spell slot for. You know what I mean?
I know, but, I don't know, I think I like the thematics of it, like sprouting blossoms that heal. I think that's really cool.
That. Yeah.
And I think, that...
Nature's Aid. Yeah, it all ties in together.
I love it, but it scales like shit. And
this is not solving a problem.
No.
I think this is just giving us something.
Just giving you something that's sort of meh.
Yeah, but maybe I'm saying that not as a healer main.
Yeah, I still don't think it's very good.
No, I don't think it's very good either. But if you're a healer main and you're not using your channel natures for anything else, then yeah, I can see why.
Yeah.
No, I couldn't see why that would be worth it.
The good part of it is you get to split it up. That's the best part of it.
Yes.
That's amazing.
But the D4 is equal to your wisdom mod.
Just like every time you get like a proficiency level up, or every time you gain like every like 4 or 5 levels or something, just make the dice scale up. D4s, no matter how much you scale them up, shit. Yeah, because the average of a dice is like what, 2.5.
They suck. And you know what?
Rubbish.
The only reason people still use a healing word is because it's a bonus action.
Because it's a bonus
action.
action.
And you can cast a cantrip with it.
That is an action.
Yeah, agreed. Well, okay. On to Wild Companion.
Yes.
I feel, you know what? I feel really bad being so negative about this, especially because we had glowing reviews of the other things.
Trust me, there is some good stuff.
Yeah, no, I'm certain
there is good stuff.
Yeah.
It was just. It's the thing is, it's the class that has the most problems, so it was going to be the hardest one to turn around.
Of course.
So I think it's going in the right direction, and I think they will get it right, but there's just some mistakes.
And again, we want to stress, this is playtest. This is nothing official. I really wish we had maybe looked at this sooner. There's been a lot going on. There's been a lot of things,
I wish we'd maybe looked at this sooner, so maybe we could submit something in the survey.
I think, the community perception very much echoes what we've said already. So,
yeah.
We don't need to go on a Wild Companion.
Yeah, no.
It's just added in from
Wild
Tashi's.
Companion is essentially you can just do the Find Familiar spell with one of your channel natures.
Yeah, which, that's better than, I think that's good because you get more channel natures now. So if your familiar dies and that's what you're going to use it the most for, you basically just get extra uses.
Yeah.
Because you get 2 from level 1 and you get 1 back on a short rest. So you get 3 per day.
Yeah, totally.
Good.
Yeah, agree. Okay, so at 5th level, you get Might of the Land. Your connection to the land deepens, empowering the animal of the land form of your wild shape. You unlock that form's climb speed and multi-attack. So, again...
We haven't got onto the stat block yet, but basically just the only one that you have at this level is the Beast of the Land.
Yeah. And this is when you get multi-attack anyway.
Yeah, so multi-attack, good. And the fact that it just comes online with your... You get multi-attack like the beginning with your wild chips now because...
This is what I'm thinking.
So it is a small nerf. But I think it lines. It actually lines up
you up.
Because fucking Moon Druids at the beginning of the game are
powerful,
too powerful.
But then again, there's the argument to be made that Moon Druids do peter off a lot.
Yeah, and
after 5th level,
and I think
especially after 10th level.
Yes,
especially after 10th level.
I never really liked the elemental thing. I think it didn't.
I never really liked the elemental thing either.
You wild shape into an animal. And then suddenly you wild shape into an elemental.
Well, I understand the animal to elemental pipeline. I do get it because it's nature's elements. I get it.
I get it.
I
don't like the theme of it.
I don't like the theme of it either. But that's whatever.
So yeah, you get a second attack and you get a climb speed.
Although again, the argument to be made is as a moon druid, when you can get access to the CR1 beasts, the bear has a climb speed anyway. And multi-attack anyway.
This is it, you know what I mean? But it's bringing it more in line.
True.
You shouldn't have...
You shouldn't have someone
attacks.
at level 2 or whatever.
You shouldn't have 2 attacks until level 5.
Agreed.
Like everyone else.
I do agree.
So
I do completely
It's a nerf, but I think it's a nerf for the right reason.
Agreed. Yeah,
personally.
I do agree. Should we look at the wild shape form?
Do you want to look at it now? I've got it at the end.
Do you think it's pertinent to look at it now so at least we know what we're talking about until they change?
Go for it.
We'll take a look at. We'll quickly run you through.
They're quite obvious to see. You see it there. So it just says wild shapes.
Yes.
And then it's animal of land, animal of the sea, and then animal of the sky.
Okay, so animal of land, and this is what you get at 1st level.
Yes.
So small, medium, or large terrestrial animal. Your creature type does not change. Armor class 10 plus your wisdom mod. Good. That's good. 10 plus your wisdom mod is good, considering.
It's good, but the problem is the next bit.
Hit points. You continue to use your hit points in hit dice.
So at level 1, you've got 8. Plus you got... And the whole point was, you got, your armor class is what? 13 to 15 max. You're going to probably start with a plus 3. So you're basically one-shottable out of wild shapes straight away.
So, yeah, but isn't everyone? But I think, genuinely, the only druid this really affects is the moon druid right now.
Yeah.
Right? Realistically, every other druid, because you do not get access to the higher CR beasts, right now, at least I understand that they're doing it like this now, you're not going to be wild shaping in combat most likely.
Yeah.
You're most likely going to be casting spells or whatever. So that, the whole 10 plus your wisdom mod, and then you hit dice, I don't think that's only moon druids suffering.
Okay, yeah. So the thing is, right, 10 plus your wisdom mod sounds good.
Yeah.
The maximum AC you can ever get is 15. So it just scales like shit.
Yeah.
Like
Agreed.
Late game, having a 15 AC is bad.
Saying that, though, for a moon druid, you're gonna be wild shaping into a bear, right? AC is 11.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You've also got like 30 hit points.
Yeah.
You've got 10.
Yeah.
If you've got a plus 2 in your con and you got 8 from your die, you've got 10 hit points.
Yeah. At what level does your wild shape change?
What do you mean?
At what level do you get to change the animal?
You don't.
What the fuck do you mean you don't?
So you don't change the animal anymore. So if you go up slightly, and you read the wild shape bit,
Oh my god.
it's a complete.
Oh no,
it's a complete overhaul.
I'm getting upset here. I can tell I am.
So just if you go read the wild shape and then the animal of the land bit, it explains what it's trying to do.
So is this in Druid class features? Yeah.
No, just where we were.
Oh, oops. Oh god, I'm all over the place. So
panic.
When you use your wild shape, you transform into a form you've learned from this feature. This section includes 3 forms: animal of the land, of the sea, and of the sky. As you assume a form, you determine its appearance, selecting an example animal from the form's description, selecting another appropriate animal, or choosing a hybrid that incorporates visual characteristics of 2 or more animals. The appearance you choose has no effect on the form's capabilities. When choosing an animal's appearance for a form, the animal needn't be the same size of the form. For example, you could choose an elephant that could be small, creating a form that resembles a little elephant. I'm bamboozled.
Why?
I'm bamboozled.
So now,
I'm absolutely bamboozled here.
So now, if you know, the animal of the land is going to be the best for combat in terms of like hit points and attack and damage die and stuff like that. So it's now.
Oh my god, you're so right though about the armor class and hit points.
Yeah. So the thing is, at the beginning of the game, it's going to feel horrendous.
Yeah.
Because you're going to have like 10 hit points.
Yeah.
And like a 13 AC. You're basically going to potentially be 1 or 2 shottable out of wild shape. Then you're going to have to use another wild shape to get back into like wild shape form. They need to fix the AC. It needs to be like 12 plus your wisdom, or like at some point you get to add your proficiency bonus to your
Totally.
Like it might be a class feature that you get to add your proficiency bonus to your AC at some point or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Man,
they don't have any proficiencies in saving throws. Like I said, they don't have any proficiencies in any skills.
Yeah. So sorry. So you have a 40 feet speed.
Yeah,
that's good. I feel like that is standard.
You get the 40-foot climb speed at level
5th
5
level.
Yeah.
So your strength and dex equal your wisdom scores.
Okay, that's not bad.
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
That's not bad. Con, intelligence, wisdom, charisma uses your scores.
I don't know why they made your con. Why,
See,
like,
again, now,
yeah.
I am definitely not a shining example of a moon druid, 100% not. However, the whole point was, if you then have to go into wisdom, and then you had to go into con, granted, that's probably what you're going to do as a druid anyway, but for me, there's other more important things that I wanted to go into, like charisma, because I like talking to people, whatever, this is a personal thing. I rest assured knowing that my constitution would be taken care of by the animal I was shaping into, which is the bear, the +5, happy days. +4, maybe. Like,
the thing is here, right, is they're clearly making it so you are no longer a tank as a moon druid.
Very much so.
You are now just a DPS.
And hey, there could be an argument be made that moon druid was probably never intended to be a tank. It ended up going that way.
I think so.
I don't think the moon druid was specifically made for a tank. Mm-hmm. It just happened.
Yeah.
There's arguments to be made that moon druid isn't the best tank. Mm-hmm. Like, I completely understand that.
Yeah, and whether the best or not, it's only that's relative to the table.
Yeah, of course.
But I do think they're trying to make it a DPS now and not a tank. But
yeah,
senses, dark vision, 60 feet.
Yep. Languages,
proficiency bonus equals your proficiency bonus.
Yep.
Doesn't really fucking matter though, because you don't have any proficiencies or saving throws.
Keen senses, advantage on wisdom perception checks. So that, you know what, that does tie into the whole scouting thing. You get advantage on it, but
did you notice what what size you can't turn into?
Huge.
Tiny.
Oh, tiny. You can't be the little spiders anymore. You can't do the infiltration.
You get it. You just get it really late for some reason.
I see.
We'll get to that anyway. But yeah, so actions.
Bestial strike.
Yeah.
Melee attack. Your spell attack modifier to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. Reach 5 foot. Yep, 1 hit. 1d8 plus your wisdom modifier, bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing. Yeah.
Yeah,
fair enough.
Arguments can be made that is shillelagh.
Arguments probably have been made that is shillelagh.
And arguments have been made that that's shillelagh. And you get an extra attack at 5th level. But why don't you? Why do they keep doing this? They give it some extra damage later down the line, but why don't you just make it so it gets an extra attack at 5th level, an extra attack at 11th level, an extra attack at 17th level. So it's just got the same amount of attacks as all the other melees.
Man, and you know what? Multi-attack, granted, yeah, you get it at level 5. I understand why they've done that. You make 2 bestial strikes. Man, listen, the brown bear right now. And this is the CR1 makes 2 attacks.
Attacks.
You have 1d8 plus 6, and then you have 2d6 plus 6.
It's not 6. That's only 6 because you're raging.
Oh, sorry. No, yeah, 2d6 plus 4.
Yeah.
It's 7 when I'm raging, but yeah.
Doesn't feel. It's just
that feels so bad.
I love like the template. I love the template. It makes it easy. It makes it like way less stressful for people to come over to Druid. I think making a template is cool, and I like the templates for summons. Like they started doing that later in the editions.
They did with Summon Beast.
All the Summon Beasts, they've got like
Summon
templates
Fae.
that makes it nice and easy.
Very much agreed.
I just think it's too shit.
Yeah.
It needs more.
That feels like shit. Man, you know how in the Warlock videos, like Warlock mains, like you're the ones who should tell us how you feel about it because we don't understand. Am I now the Warlock main being like...
No, but the thing is, it's just like, I can see, like, making it like that, making it in this nice little template is nice. It's very easy, very consumable.
I think it was necessary.
Yeah.
Listen, Wild Shape is complicated. Having to have all of the stat blocks is annoying.
Yeah.
It was annoying having to do it. And granted, yes, especially as a Moon Druid, you're probably only going to be shaping into, like, 1 to 3. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not that cumbersome. However, other druids who are doing things like wanting to do scouting, wanting to do certain things, you're going to be needing a lot more stat blocks.
Yeah.
And this needed.
It's like, the thing is, it's like, the only other thing is, you know, you turn into a spider and you can get a web attack.
Yeah.
Or you can turn into like a horse and get the trample attack.
Yeah.
They have no...
There's no flavor.
There's no flavor. So I think they need to add like bits of flavor to the land, to the air, to the sea.
Yeah, and you know what? The thing is, I can see what they're trying to do, and I agree with what they're trying to do. I think have it so there is just set things, but you know how you were like, the clerics with their channel divinities, they all get something special.
Yeah.
Give these something special.
These need something special, I think.
These feel very flat. I think.
They do.
And again, going from a Moon Druid who can at level 2 turn into a CR1 beast, which I understand moving that to 5th level. I truly do.
Yeah.
But then to go from being able to do 2 attacks straight off the bat to then have to wait to 5th level to then do the same damage in both of them. Feels pee-pee poo-poo.
Yeah, it needs
feels
like
stinky.
a bite attack and a claw attack.
Feels stinky.
Yeah. But the animal of the sea, AC is the same, hit points are the same.
You obviously get a swim speed straight off the bat.
20-foot walk speed, 40-foot swim speed. You only get the dex equal to your wisdom. You don't get the dex and the strength.
And the bestial strike's different.
The bestial strike is 1d6.
1d6.
Instead, you probably, the amount of times that you actually do the fighting in the aquatic form is probably like none.
You do actually straight up get 2 bestial strike attacks from the beginning though.
Because that's what you only get that at 7th level.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so you get it later.
My goodness.
And then the sky is at 9th level, I think.
That makes sense because it's 9th level now.
Yeah, it's 9th or 8th level now, or something like that.
It's 9th level now.
So AC is slightly lower, 8 plus your wisdom. Same hit points. Dex again is the only score that you get.
This is exactly like Summon Beast from Tasha's.
Yeah.
This is given land, sea, and sky.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is.
I'm not kidding you. This is like a copy and paste of it, but shitter.
It gets flyby, which is nice.
Yeah, that's what you get with Summon Beast.
But the attack is 1d4 plus your wisdom.
Oh god! Although granted, I understand if you're using the flying beast, you're probably not doing it for combat.
You're not probably doing it for combat.
Yeah,
and,
which I understand.
To have flyby, I think to have something as potent as flyby, I think it's okay to bring that damage die down.
Totally, and again, I think. Listen, if you're going to be shaping into something that flies, you're probably going to be
scouting.
Like scouting or getting out of an area or trying to get out of dodge as opposed to being a frontline fighter. I feel like I'm equating a lot of this to being a frontline fighter which I shouldn't be. I'm doing that through a biased lens.
That's fine. You can do that. That's your job.
Maybe
there's a spider behind me.
There is a spider.
It was on my arm. And I didn't want to freak out, so I just knocked it off and just carried on the podcast.
When was it on your arm?
Just a minute ago.
Oh my god, which arm?
My left arm.
Oh my god,
I could feel something climbing up, so I brushed my arm and I looked down, there was a spider on my leg. So
oh my god, Jack.
It's okay? We're all okay.
It's quite large, the spider, by the way.
It's not large, it's very small.
It's pretty. Look at it. That was on your arm.
That was on my arm.
Oh my goodness.
But that's all the wild shape forms.
Yes.
So
pee pee poo poo. Do not like that. Not a fan of that in the slightest.
It's either the AC needs to change. The thing is, the hit points won't be as bad.
It has to be one or the other.
After like the first couple of levels.
Even then, it has to be one of the other, especially for the land farm. But again, I'm looking at this through a really biased lens. I realize this. I'm looking at this through a lens of being a moon druid,
using it to fight. Tank. Yeah. But you're not going to be tanking anymore.
No, using this. To be honest, using that as purely DPS.
The moon druid gives some extra bits to it to make it a better DPS. But just like in general, I think it's not.
Falls super flat.
It's not
great. Agreed. It falls super flat. I can see what they're trying to do, and I applaud them. I agree. It needs to be streamlined. The wild shaping it does, and this is a perfect way to do it.
Good streamlining, but the changes aren't there.
Couple that right with you don't keep your racials, you don't keep your feats.
That has to be an oversight.
Abilities.
That has to be an oversight.
Truly,
but I do think they're trying to make them more of a DPS and less of a tank, which is probably what they always wanted.
Agreed. I don't think Circle of Moon Druid was ever meant to be a tank.
No, it just got messy with the CRs.
It did, of course it did, and then it got even messier with multi-classing. Yeah. So I understand that. I really do.
If we go back up to the class features,
so
Might of the Land is just when you get the Beast of the Land upgrade to the Strike and you get the climb speed.
So 7th level is when you unlock your aquatic form. You used to unlock swimming at 6th level, I think. I'm not certain.
Was 4th, now 7th.
Oh, okay, 4th level. You learn a new form for your wild shape, Animal of the Sea, which is described as wild shape. Yeah, we've been through that. 9th level, you get your aerial form, which is when you would also... Oh, is it 8th level when you used to get flying as a druid?
Yeah, I think so.
So you unlock flying now at 9th level?
Yeah, it's fine.
Why push it back, though? Like, all of the other classes we've seen, we go, oh, wow, that's pulling things down. That's taking like a 14th level ability and bringing it down to 10th. Oh, wow, that's bringing an 18th level down to 15th. And now you're seeing it's taking a 4th level and taking it to 7th. And it's taking an 8th level and taking it to 9th.
Yeah.
Granted, 8 to 9 is not much of a difference.
Yeah, that's not so
much. That's kind of neither here nor there.
But the 4th to 7th is a big jump.
That's a huge jump. Are you certain it was 4th? I could have sworn it was 6th when you get swim speeds.
I'll give me a second.
You know what? I have all my druid information in my notebook there.
Right, I'll get it. I got a laptop right here, baby.
Yeah. That spider is getting close. No.
I won't.
Yeah, in the table up there.
Yeah. So there it is. So limited. Oh, is it in the table?
I think so, yeah.
Wild shape improvement of 4th.
Man.
And then wild shape improvement in 8th.
Man, I'm so far off. I thought it was 6.
It's okay. Matter. You can't remember everything off your head. I've made notes.
Thank you.
I looked at it all last night.
Yeah. So, why push that back from 4th to 7th? And why push that from 8th to 9th? Granted, flying is a huge deal. Being able to fly changes a lot of things.
Yeah.
So I understand, but it's once again, it's taking things and giving them to you later. Like the bar's been set.
They haven't really given you. They gave you healing blossoms. Do you know what I mean? They haven't given you anything else to like make up for it.
Yeah.
Really.
Okay, so at 11th level, you get Tiny Critter. You gain the ability to become a tiny creature. When you transform in wild shape form, you can make it tiny. If you do so, you can stay in that form no longer than 10 minutes, and the damage you deal in that form is halved. I understand the damage dealing thing.
But why the
10 minutes?
Why the fuck is he? Why? Just let him be tiny. The first level.
Man.
It's a use of a resource. And people are like, oh yeah, they can like crawl through the entire dungeon and see everything. It's like, but tell me, when was the last time you saw a spider and didn't have an adverse reaction to it?
Yeah, us just then.
Like, but the thing is, it's like, in my first campaign, you were a spider, you snuck in somewhere, somebody stomped on you, and you reverted into your, you know what I mean? Like, you haven't got like great stealth or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I just don't. I think for an 11th level ability
Yeah.
to just be able to turn into a tiny creature is horrendous. What level do you get 4th level spells?
At level 6, maybe.
The 4th level spells in 5e, it's 7th level. So 4 levels earlier, you can polymorph yourself into a tiny creature. So why are you giving us tiny creature wild shapes so late?
And you know, like the whole like you can not stay in this form longer than 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Like,
why?
you know what? I do understand. To be honest, I understand the discourse of, well, they can just turn into a spider and they can just go wherever they want and they can just creep in. But it's like, yeah, but that's a tactic.
That's a tactic.
That's a tactic.
That's
that
using a
people
resource
like.
for a tactic.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, maybe Wizards of the Coast had the feedback that too many people were doing it, so they're like, okay, yeah, we'll put a 10-minute time limit on it. I think that's just unnecessary.
It's like, if that's the case, put the 10-minute time on it, but let them have it from level 1.
Unnecessary.
Like, if you want to make the change, making it an 11th level ability and only allowing it for 10 minutes, the damage, you don't ever fucking go into a spider to do damage. So that doesn't matter.
It's purely scouting, yeah.
Allow them to be tiny creature from level 1 when they get wild shape. But yeah, if you want to put a duration on the tiny form, then put the duration 10 minutes on the tiny form. But at least give them it at level 1.
And again, this is like the whole AC and the hit points thing. Like, don't do both.
Yeah, you need to do one or the other.
Yeah.
Don't make it 11th level. Like, you can just cast polymorph and turn somebody into a spider. So why are you giving us it at 11th level?
Why does this always happen to druids? And you know what? I understand because, again, very complicated. And 5e, complicated.
But, like, that's strong?
Yeah.
I don't think they're that strong.
Yeah. Liberate your druids. Man, this happened with WoW. Do you remember?
Yeah.
When Dragonflight came out, they did the talent rework. Druids absolutely suffered for it as well.
Druids got absolutely shafted.
Yeah. Like, who hates druids? Someone who hates druids. Sorry, I'm getting irate for no reason.
That's a bad change.
So 13th level, you get alternating forms.
Here we go. Here's the juice.
You can now rapidly shift between a wild shape form and your normal form. If you're in a wild shape form, you can switch to your normal form as a bonus action, and then you can switch back into that wild shape form from the next minute as a bonus action. Neither switch expends a use of wild shape. That's wonderful.
Unreal change.
That's absolutely
what a quality
wonderful.
of life change.
And you know what? 13th level, that's very attainable.
Wanting to just pop out to open a door. Wanting to just pop out to
my God.
like do something with your hands.
Oh my God, 100%.
Popping out, recasting the spell, popping back in.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. That's really good.
Really good.
That's really good. That's
you
great.
lose concentration. You don't have to waste the wild shape now. You can just pop out, recast it, pop back in.
That's great.
Do you know what I mean?
That's really good.
I think that's sick. That's an unreal change.
I agree. That.
Take away Tiny Critter completely because it's dog shit. And make that 11th level.
Agreed. Oh my God. Agreed. That's it. That's
what we want.
That's what you
They're
want.
the changes we want.
And that's the type of stuff where in all of the other ones, we were rejoicing for this stuff like immediately from the beginning of the play
100%.
packet, right? But you know, we had 13th level is the first thing we're like, yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Because that's great.
Yeah,
That's
sick.
really fucking good.
You know, like we said, Healing Blossoms before. It can be good. It just needs tuning up.
Yeah.
Like, that's a good change. It just needs tuning up.
Yeah, totally.
That's unreal.
That is great.
Give it 11th level. Get rid of Tiny
Totally.
Critter.
That's
Tiny
that
Critter
is
is fucking dog shit.
God, that is such an amazing change.
So good.
That especially for druids who like moon druids who cast a lot as well. Man, that's perfect. That's really good.
Sick.
Yeah, and like you said, yeah, popping out and opening a door.
Popping out, opening a door. So
Yeah,
like in combat,
moving something.
In combat, yes, you will pop out and then not be able to pop back in because it takes your bonus action. But you can pop out, recast the spell, beginning of your next turn, pop back in,
and not expend a use of wild shape as well. Yeah, that's wonderful.
So good.
That's really good.
That's sick. This is what we want, Wizards of the Coast.
Yeah,
not Tiny Critter.
Okay, 15th level. So when you use your wild shape, primal magic radiates from you, allowing you to use healing blossoms as part of the same use of channel nature. Fair enough. Who's going to turn their nose up at a free cast of that?
Yeah, but how fucking random does that feel?
That feels, again, like they're trying to push you into healing, right?
But yeah, and also it's just like, why?
Why?
Like, why?
Why?
Like,
well, you know what?
Like, let me say this: if it's the first fight of the day and you're about to go into wild shape, you're not going to need to heal anyone.
And 15th level as well.
And 15th level to do 5d4 probably. I don't know, it feels random. It's good. It's a bonus. We like it because we always like to get things, but it just feels so random.
Yeah, it's like, oh, that you use channel nature for this? Oh, you cast it too.
Yeah. I think it's like, I don't know, it could be something like when you use wild shape, the next time you use a channel nature, it doesn't consume a channel nature slot or something like that.
Yeah.
So you just get a free cast of channel nature.
Especially at 15th level.
Yeah, I mean, like, if it was like, oh yeah, the next time you cast Healing Blossoms, it doesn't consume a thingy, then you're like, cool.
Like, 15th level.
15th level.
A maximum of 20 healing.
A maximum of 20 healing.
Yeah.
15th level. That's maximum. You're really talking 10 healing.
This whole thing feels like a huge oversight, don't you think?
It feels weird, doesn't it?
Like, this whole revamp feels like an oversight. It feels like maybe, you can tell for the other classes, the people involved in it are probably barbarian mains, warlock mains, fighter mains.
Like, all the ones we've done, everything that we've
Here
done.
He is.
Hello, can anyone see him? Oh,
I don't. Oh,
that's a paw.
you can probably hear him
Clattering against the table.
Yeah.
He's not very tactful.
No.
He's like a barbarian.
Oh my god, someone said in the Discord, does anyone know their dog's name? His name's Bully.
Yeah, his name's Bully.
We refer to him as the dog quite often.
The bull.
His name's Bully.
We didn't name him.
No, we didn't name him. He came with that name. It was branded with that name, but he's a sweet pea.
He's a Pachimbi.
He's a Pachimbi.
He's a Pachimbi.
But yeah, no, this all feels like the other ones you could tell they were crafted with a specific intention in mind.
Mm-hmm.
What's the intention here?
Oh.
What's the intention?
I don't know. Why it's just so fucking random to be like, oh, you wild shape, now you can cast Healing Blossoms. Weird.
Did you hear that noise that came out of the dog just then? Oh my god.
Does he want to tuck him in?
Probably. That was a strange noise.
I've got his little blankie here, so I'll tuck him in.
Go on, tuck him in.
Oh.
There he goes. Well done. Very good. Yeah, I don't know what the...
Not particularly powerful.
No.
And also really random.
Really random.
Really fucking random.
Yeah. Okay, so then the last change is at 17th level, you get beast spells. You can cast any spells in wild shape form. While in form, you can perform somatic and verbal components, and you don't need to provide the material components. If a spell consumes its material component, you can't cast that spell again while in wild shape form. Yeah.
Same as before, just get it 17th level instead of 18th.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, look, okay, I know we've been upset for all of you Moon Druid mains.
Yeah, man.
But let's look at Moon Druid.
Okay, yeah, let's look at Moon Druid.
In my opinion, the Moon Druid stuff is good.
Okay, I'm not feeling confident after that. I have to be honest.
Well, let me give you some confidence.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
There's one change at level 3, which is insane.
Okay, maybe I've been just whinging about all of this for no reason.
The Druid changes aren't great. The Druid changes.
No.
The Moon Druid changes.
Moon Druid. Oh, there's
his tail.
There's his tail. Don't know if you can see the tail.
Oh. Smashing my computer.
And he's back down. And the spider's there too. It's all come full circle, really, hasn't
it?
Together. All of the druids.
We're all together. The spider, obviously 11th level. 11th level spider.
Yeah. Bully level 1.
Oh yeah.
If he could be negative levels, he would be.
Yeah. Okay.
So Circle of the Moon.
Let's go.
So at 3rd level, you get your combat wild shape. You have learned magical techniques that allow you to transform quickly and channel magical protection while transformed, giving you all of these benefits. So, abjuration spells. Oh. While you're in wild shape form, you can cast any spell you currently have prepared from the abjuration school, provided that the spell doesn't require material components.
Okay. I've told Margaret this was the point where I was going to scroll down.
Yeah.
Because they've changed a lot of spells to abjuration that weren't before.
Okay, go on.
Namely, every healing spell in the game.
Okay.
Which is sick.
Yeah.
Because now you used to just use a spell, used to use a spell slot and roll a d8. Now you can actually cast healing spells in wild shape.
Yeah.
And, you ready? I'm going to read off all of the spells that are now abjuration on the primal spell list, which is what the druid can cast from now.
Yeah.
Resistance. Cantrip. Cure wounds. Healing word. lesser restoration, pass without a trace, protection from poison, dispel magic, mass healing word, non-detection, protection from energy, freedom of movement. Can you hear the dog digging?
I hope you can't.
Hey.
I get the feeling you probably can.
Freedom of movement, anti-life shell,
Okay.
greater restoration, mass cure wounds, heal, power word heal.
Okay.
All castable in wild shape form.
So, you know what? Being able to cast any spells in wild shape form from 3rd level, brilliant. That's great.
So,
But again, I can't.
Let me just tell you something though. Okay, stick with me. The only shit thing about this is the abjuration spells you want. There's two that you absolutely want. Shield.
Oh my god, yes.
Counterspell.
Oh my god.
If you can still take Magic Initiate, get Shield.
Oh my god.
And cast Shield.
Oh my god, that's
as a
life changer,
reaction
isn't it? Really.
in wild shape form.
Yeah. That you know, let's say realistically, depending on what you do with your stats, you're probably going to have, if you're adding your 10 plus your wisdom mod, probably anywhere between a 12 to 14, right, when you start. Shield, add an extra 5. That's huge.
Huge. That is huge.
That's huge.
That is huge.
Especially for...
But, I think personally, they should be can cast all spells from the primal spell list, including Shield and Counterspell.
However...
'Cause they're the two that you want.
However, you do lose access to your feats.
Yes, I don't think that will remain.
I really
Because the
really
thing is,
hope
this
not.
is the thing though, because even though you don't need the feat, it just says any abjuration spell you have prepared. So you took the feat to get that, doesn't mean you don't get access to that because you're not using the feat, you're using the spell.
True, that's a weird loophole though, isn't it? That feels like that could borderline cheesy.
I would allow it.
I would also want to do it, but but again, the fact that this is already clashing with something that was already said.
So, let me put it this way. If they make the changes where you don't have to get rid of your feats, you don't have to get rid of your proficiencies and things like that, that then becomes, in my opinion, to be able to not have to, pop out to, heal all of your healing. So, at the minute, you get to roll a d8 to, heal yourself. You'll be able to do cure wounds on yourself, mass cure wounds, mass healing word.
Yeah. Again, I can't help but feel like that's once again kind of pushing it into healing.
Yeah,
a little bit.
But
I
think I think that's more for self-sustain.
Do you think?
And I think they know that people will take Magic Initiate to get Shield.
Yes, on the basis that you can use those things, which again, that's such a grey area that's already been set up.
No, I think you can. The feat doesn't say spells that you gain from feats. It's just abjuration spells that you have prepared.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, it just all it says is while in wild shape form, you can cast any spells you currently have prepared. Which, if you learn it from Thingy, you would always have it prepared. Magic Initiate, the Abjuration School, provided the spell doesn't require material components.
Yeah.
So I would say if you took Magic Initiate, took Shield, wild shape Shield, baby.
That slaps.
That would be sick.
That does slap. I do like that. That's
I would
really
definitely give my Moon Druid a ring of counter spells.
Yeah.
Because that means they could still cast counterspell in wild shape.
Yes. Yeah.
It couldn't be a one-time use a day thing, but it would feel so good.
I agree. I very much agree. Yeah, very much so.
You absorb all your materials, so...
Yeah, good point.
Anyway.
Good point.
The next bit, juice.
Okay.
Juice, Margaret.
So, quick attack. You can use unarmed strike as a bonus action.
You know what that means?
No.
OneD&D. Grapple. Knock prone.
Oh.
So now you can walk up, bonus action, swipe the legs.
Yeah.
Use your actual attack, advantage, boom.
Yeah.
It's a good change.
That is a good change.
It's a good change.
That is a good change. Especially, you know what? I wasn't certain what the changes to unarmed strike were, but
yeah. So you can now use an unarmed strike to knock prone and grapple.
Yeah.
So good. That's a massive boost.
That does slap. I do like that.
So you won't be able to do it on the first round because you need to use your bonus action to wild shape, but then second round of combat, knocking people prone, grappling people.
Yeah. That's great.
Mint.
That's really good.
Awesome.
See, that's really good.
So good. That makes me so excited.
Yeah, I agree. And then finally, you have Swift Transformation. You can use your Wild Shape as a bonus action or a magic action. That's the same as before.
Same as normal.
Okay, so number 6, you get Elemental Wild Shape. Channeling ancient lunar magic, you imbue your Wild Shape forms with the power from the elemental planes. Whenever you assume a Wild Shape form, choose one of the following damage types: acid, cold, fire, lightning, or thunder. Well, in that form, you have resistance to the chosen damage type, and the form's bestial strike can deal damage of that type rather than its normal type, with you choosing between the types when you hit. Your form also displays signs of the damage type. For example, if you chose fire, your fur and wild shape might flicker with harmless flames. You choose the details.
So, instead of just getting, I think it looks like they're just getting rid of magical resistances. You know, like, this creature has resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, slashing from non-magical weapons.
Yeah.
It looks like they're just fucking getting rid of that, which is a good fucking... I never do it.
No, I know.
Like, right, okay, we've got to get the barbarian, magical weapons,
Yeah.
so their strikes at this,
Yeah.
and you've got to get the fighter this, is just like, get rid of it, no one cares. So now, the only thing I don't like about this, the one thing is, if I'm like, oh, it looks like it's a ice monster, I'm going to give myself cold resistance. But then that also makes me do cold attack. It doesn't make me, I can still do the normal.
Yeah.
But, you know, it would be nice if you could choose a resistance.
And then choose the damage type.
Because you could be like, it's an ice monster. I make myself resistance to cold, but give
then
myself
you're gonna
fire claws.
Yes, agreed.
That would be cooler. But I think just being able to give yourself resistance to a type of damage when you wild shape, I think is good.
Yeah, I agree.
That's a flat buff.
I agree.
You know, you see a ancient red dragon, and you go, okay,
yeah.
I'm resistant to fire.
Agreed. It's 6th level as well. That's a good thing to access.
And to be able to choose between acid, cold, fire, lightning, thunder, pretty good.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. And again, it's all gone into the picture of, like, you know, nature, the elements.
Yeah, it's not just you can now be an elemental.
Yeah,
it's just it
makes it feel a bit more alive. Yeah, agreed.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah. So at 10th level, you get Elemental Strike. Elemental forces imbue your attacks. When you deal damage with your bestial strike, the target takes an extra 1d6 damage of the type you chose from Elemental Wild Shape. This extra damage increases to 2d6 when you reach 17th level in this class. So
instead of getting extra attack, you get 1d6 extra per thingy. Which is good.
To be fair.
I think it wouldn't be crazy to give them extra attack and give them this as well.
Yeah. When you say extra attack, do you mean...
extra attack at 11th level when everyone gets extra attack, and an extra attack at 17th level when everyone gets an extra attack. I think give them that and this.
Yeah, I agree.
What is an extra... Instead of just dealing damage, what is an extra attack? An extra chance to crit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's kind of like a... Well, you know, there's kind of pros and cons to it. But then again, if you can also use your bonus action to get them prone, so you have the advantage, there's probably more likely that you're going to crit, right?
Yeah, so you want more attacks.
Yeah, but, you know, I suppose the argument is, well, no matter what, you get the 1d6 extra damage. You could miss with the extra attack. Mm-hmm. So I think that kind of balances itself out. And again, you know what? 10th level, that's...
Yeah, so you would get... To me, I would just do... You make this 11th level, give them the extra attack, give them an extra attack at 17th level, and just give them the extra d6 as well.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you're coming up against, like, what, 10th level? You're coming up against, what? Coming up against 5th level spells.
Yeah.
It's not mad to be like, you can get 1d8 and 1d6. That's not a mad amount of damage.
Yeah.
That's not a crazy amount of damage.
Yeah. Oh, the dog's head is so close to that spider. Oh my goodness gracious me. Oh no. Oh.
I blew it, so it went.
Oh.
So yeah, I think it's good change, but I think we could just give them a little bit more.
Yeah, I agree. And you know what? I think this in particular, people have different opinions about that, right? Like, people will say, well, statistically, they're getting the extra damage no matter what is better than getting the extra attack.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like there's going to be those arguments.
To me, the statistics is, would you rather have 2d6 or roll 1d8 plus a guaranteed +4, +5, whatever your wisdom modifier is, and another chance
and
to
then
crit.
another chance to
because
crit.
they're potentially prone.
Yeah, I feel like that. That's very personal. But no, I think yeah, I agree.
I'll let the optimizers do that.
Yeah.
I'm not an optimizer, so I don't know what's better.
So then finally, at 14th level, you get 1,000 forms. You have learned to use lunar magic to alter your physical form in an innumerable way. You always have the alter self spell prepared, and you can cast it without expending a spell slot. It also doesn't count against the number of spells you have prepared. Why?
It's just shit. I think they have this now. So,
Why?
The thing is, it's like you get at 7th when you can cast 7th level spells at 14th level. You're able to cast a 2nd level spell. It's like, you know, when the 18th level ability for the Warlock was like you can cast Hex.
Yeah, for free or whatever.
It's like
no
one fucking cares.
Yeah, that the only thing I can think that is akin to is, you know, like timeless.
Yeah, they get this now though, so this isn't changed. This isn't changed, I don't think. Tell you what would be better. Right, just hear me out. I had a thought.
Go on.
You know, you get to move in and out of wild shape as a bonus action.
Yeah, yes.
What would be cool is if you can change between land, sea, and air. You know, you're like, fuck, I need to get away. You bonus action into a bird.
Yeah.
Use flyby, get away.
Yeah, and you don't have to expend a wild shape slot.
Yeah. 14th level.
Agreed.
Don't think it's that outrageous.
Agreed. That sounds great. That sounds perfect.
That sounds better than that fucking dog shit.
Yeah, that is dog shit.
You're looking at the spider?
I'm sorry. I am looking at the spider, but
I can see you're looking up.
See you later, Druid.
See you later, Druid. Everybody.
See you later.
Druid salute.
Druid salute. I don't know.
Do you want to know what? Most of the Circle of the Moon Druid was pretty good.
Agreed. You know what?
I actually really like the Circle of the Moon Druid. The Abju spells, the quick attack.
Yeah, you know what?
The elemental resistance.
To be fair, right?
The extra D6.
Moon Druid doesn't really get much at higher levels anyway, as it is in 5e.
Yeah.
Like, it definitely tapers off after the
first. You get the magic attacks.
Yeah.
It's like it for it, till you can turn into an elemental.
Yeah.
Which is like 11th level.
I don't know. I feel really underwhelmed with all of that, disappointingly.
I see.
But maybe I feel...
I think you're upset with the whole Druid thing.
I think so.
I think the Druid thing is worse than the Moon Druid thing. The Moon Druid thing actually quite excites me. I think they just need to fix the problems with Druid, and I think they are fixable. It's not too far gone. They will fix them.
Oh, they will fix them. I have absolute faith.
And if that's the case, the Circle of the Moon Druid still looks great.
Yeah.
I think, personally.
See, again, you know what? I probably am not the best person to be talking about this because I'm very biased and I also don't like change. So, for me...
A lot of people are the same.
For me, personally, right? And again, it's all of my personal biases towards this. Do I prefer the Druid and the Circle of the Moon Druid to how it's being played now? No.
I would say I don't prefer the Druid, but I do prefer the Moon Druid.
Maybe my judgment is a bit clouded right now because...
Potentially, but that's okay.
The Druid sounds shit.
The Druid doesn't sound that good.
That really doesn't. That's so disappointing.
Very disappointing.
And you know what? Do
you know what I mean? Like, where's the channel nature ability that Moon Druids get?
Yeah.
Why don't they have a channel nature ability?
Agreed.
Imagine if it was like...
It would be interesting to see if any of the other ones do.
Hear me out. What if channel nature ability, everybody knows what we like to do as Moon Druids, it's put up spike growth and keeps them in it. Why don't we have that radius be spike growth?
Yeah.
The thorns come up, like, you channel nature, you get to make a 10...
Yeah.
As if you were concentrating on a spell.
And then when you get that free cast of it when you wild shape, imagine if you
can pop up the spike straight away.
Yeah.
Like, why isn't that in there?
Agreed. Very much agreed. And man, this all feels like such an oversight. Y'all weren't wrong when you were like, the changes that they've done to Druid, pee pee poo poo.
Not great.
I feel like they really missed the mark with this one, which is disappointing. But you know what? They were always going to. It wasn't always going to be a home run for everything.
It was the hardest class to... This and Warlock were the hardest class to...
There were the most things to have to fix.
And
totally.
Warlock obviously got more attention.
Yeah, that's it. It feels like it all went into Warlock.
Mm-hmm.
And, I feel like, at the end of a project when there's kind of the dregs left over.
Yeah.
I'm kind of getting that vibe. And,
I agree.
that's absolutely no disrespect for the people who worked
okay.
on this.
The thing is, they've done such an amazing job with everything else.
Well, exactly.
I just feel like they just missed the mark with this.
I agree.
That's all it is.
It truly feels like an oversight. It truly feels like there wasn't enough mindful thinking.
There wasn't a clear theme. There wasn't a clear design goal.
But the problem was there was clear problems.
Yeah.
There was clear problems and not clear solutions.
And I think they had an idea of how to solve it, but they just missed the mark.
Agreed. And I truly hope that, this is something that I'm assuming, right, the majority of people who have reviewed the Druid have said similar things to us.
Yeah.
And I think if that's the general consensus, of course they will do something.
There's all sorts of other fucking crazy bits that they've spoken about that go into way more detail than me and you would ever be bothered to go into.
Of course,
but they're like the clear, glaring, obvious problems.
Yeah, I think I have absolute faith that this will be sorted.
Mm-hmm.
Even just then, some of the really small suggestions you said then. You know what I mean? If we can sit here and talk about it, I am certain Wizards of the Coast will also do the same thing. But it's disappointing. It's disappointing reading that after being.
You stop looking at that spider.
I'm sorry.
It just every.
I know. After being so buzzing for the other
everything
stuff.
else, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
that's disappointing, and that's such a shame.
I know. I
but
agree.
Again, that's coming from a Druid main. Maybe to you guys who aren't Druid mains, maybe you're like, well, it's not that bad.
I do. The thing is, I do like the Moon Druid. Like the quick attack, the bonus action, trip, the abjuration spells. I think the elemental resistance, the D6s of damage, that is a couple of things away from being unreal, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah. I'm very much on the fence about that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't pick it in its current state over what it is now.
Yeah.
But that's because I don't like change.
Yeah. Fair.
Maybe I'm just being a big baby
It's
about it. Who
fair.
knows? Who knows? Do you want to do the paladin?
We are over 2 hours in.
Yeah, I don't know if we have time to do the paladin, to be honest with you.
We keep doing
this to you.
We keep doing this to you. We're 2 hours in.
2 hours into
without
this.
a break, and we've only got through Druid.
Yeah,
I think it was tough because Druid, it was always going to take ages because there was so many things wrong with Druid.
I think that's it. The other classes, we managed to do the fighter and the warlock at the same time because we kind of powered through them, right?
Yeah, and also, fighter didn't really get changed. It just got everything. It just got slightly elevated.
I feel like
warlock
that's
took
it.
a while, but
Everything else got elevated, and regardless of the changes to warlock, again, we're not warlock mains. We don't.
I mean, I was.
You were, but I can't really speak to those changes. To me, it all sounded very positive. There's a chance people who aren't Druid mains think it's positive as well, but
I'd be very surprised
based on what I've heard, and just from people coming to me because I'm a Moon Druid, being like, "What have they done to you?" Yeah, I feel that.
Again, I don't feel that so much about Moon. I feel it very much about Druid.
Yeah, what a shame.
But I think it was a play test, and the fact that everyone's like, "What have they done? What have they done?" probably means that the community feedback was bad.
True. I'm really,
it's changing.
I'm very much looking forward to seeing what the changes are.
Yeah.
Because they will change it.
Oh, they will. That's why they were taking feedback.
Totally.
So they can, because they're not going to come out with a finished game. That's the point. It's a play test.
Exactly.
So
and
we're going to make mistakes, and that's fine.
I think my feelings are getting away from myself here, and I'm forgetting that this isn't even the beta, really, is it?
Yeah, this is the first iteration of each of the classes.
Yeah, and everything's going to change. It's just disappointing that everything else straight out of the gate seemed amazing. However, they were not going to get everything right first turn. No one ever was.
No.
And it's just a shame that it was the Druid for me.
Yeah.
If it was anyone else, I wouldn't have cared.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So take everything I say with a grain of salt, please. Please don't let
I feel like my opinion is slightly less biased.
Yours is more
I hiccuped. Less biased.
Yours is more level-headed than mine,
I can see that the Moon Druid looks kind of cool.
Yeah. Whereas maybe I can't see that
thing is,
now.
The Moon Druid, I'm telling you right now, if the Moon Druid gets access somehow to counterspell and shield.
You know what? I'm with you. I am with you on that.
I mean, it can get, Magic Initiate is one of the first level feats that you're allowed to get.
But again, I don't like the fact that I'm having to double guess it.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? I don't like the fact of having to be like, because you know for a fact, if everything stayed exactly as it is, which it won't, you know that there's going to be some people who say yes and some people who say no. And I feel like that's what OneD&D is really trying to get away from. They're really trying to make everything as crystal
black and white,
clear as possible.
like this is it, no grey area. But I do think
Wizards
of the Coast. I know that you're not going to watch this, and I know that
of course not.
The beta is closed or whatever it is. Just give them those spells, please.
Give them what?
Give them counterspell and give them shield.
And listen, let druids retain their racials and their abilities.
And fucking get rid of tiny fucking magic. That's stupid.
Agreed.
And give them. What was it called? Which one was it? Give them altering forms at level 11, not tiny critter.
Yeah,
because tiny critter is dog shit.
You know what? One thing I will say, that being able to switch and have it not take up a wild shape, fantastic.
Very good.
That's fantastic.
If they just fix all of the other obvious glaring issues that are probably oversights.
Yeah. Which they will.
We'll be on for a good class again.
They will, very much so. They will absolutely change it. Do not let, I'm sorry that this is maybe a bit of a, not as positive as all the other ones have been. I'm sorry that this isn't.
Your heart.
Yeah, and sorry this isn't, necessarily as much of a positive video as our videos normally are, to be honest. But
still good crack though, isn't it?
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, innit?
I like doing these.
I like doing these as well.
And when the new iterations come out,
exactly.
The new playtests come out, we're going to do them all at the same time.
Do not let my opinion in particular, cloud your opinion. If you heard any of this and you thought it was good, do not let my overall stance on this change your mind, because it's personal to me, as you can tell, and it'll be personal to you as well.
Yeah.
Don't absolutely take in everything we've said, but do not let it cloud your judgment.
Right. You lot.
Yeah.
Listen to me.
Yeah, listen.
I want comments down below now. Who's next?
Yeah, who's next?
Doesn't have to be Paladin. We've got Paladin, Sorcerer, Wizard, Bard, Cleric.
Rogue.
Ranger. Monk isn't out yet, so we can't do that.
It would have been Monk.
You better fucking believe.
It would have been.
You better believe it's going to be Monk as soon as it's out.
Yeah. We will be hotter on these next time.
Yeah, because when we started the channel, it was they were coming out at the same time, so we didn't we didn't know if we wanted to do them.
Yeah,
but we like doing them. So tell me what's next. Out of those 7 or 8 that I just mentioned there, what we're doing next?
I'll create a poll.
If you don't say Ranger, I'm going to be upset.
Why don't we just do Ranger then?
Maybe. I want you to say Ranger.
Oh, sorry to
so
tease
then I can
all
make you
feel
mains.
Like
it was your choice.
Yeah, sorry, Paladin mains. We did you like that, to be honest.
Well, do you know what? Next time we'll do Paladin and...
Well, you bloody well won't.
Why not?
Because look, it's 2 hours in now.
That's because it's Druid.
True.
That's because it's Druid. That were in 10 minutes and when you did 1 class and 1 subclass.
Yeah, there's a lot of whinging there. Terribly sorry.
Yeah, well, there's a lot to whinge about.
There was a lot to whinge about. What did I just say?
Right. Is that it then?
Yeah, is there anything nicer we'd like to end this on?
Yeah, Moon Druid looks good.
Yeah.
It does. It genuinely looks good. And I think these are fixable changes. They are fixable changes.
Well, yeah.
They're like glaringly obvious fixable changes.
Yeah, we will absolutely end it on. This will be changed.
Oh, 100%.
Wizards of the Coast are listening to us.
Yeah.
They are doing this all for us. They're doing this. Well, not all.
They're not. They're doing it
to learn the fucking pockets, obviously, naturally. But, it's something we all enjoy. We all participate in, so we can't, slag them off too much.
They do need to earn some money.
They do. Of course they do. They have to. So they're going to make the changes. They're listening. Hey, if they didn't care about our opinion,
they wouldn't do a play test.
They would just put it out into the world.
Exactly.
So it will be changed, and I'm very excited to see the changes.
Yeah.
I am certain the next time we revisit the Druid, it will be positive. I'm certain of it.
It will.
Yeah.
Moon Druid's already there, in my opinion. Couple of changes, and it's basically there. There's just some silly things. They're just silly.
Little silly things. Little silly things. Yeah, indeed.
All right.
Well, thank you so much. That was weird. That was weird silence.
If you like the video...
Should we try to get the puppy up?
No, he's sleeping.
Oh.
If you like the video...
You go another day without seeing him.
Hit the like button. If you liked it enough, consider subscribing. It's free. Hit the bell notification to be notified when we upload videos on a Monday and a Thursday. Comment down below. Tell me what you thought of the Druid changes. And we love you very much.
Well, we love you so much.
I love you. Margaret loves you. Bully, who's right here.
He loves you.
Just out of view, he loves you very much.
Yeah.
And we will see you on Monday. Bye!